Manic is a good word for it, too. We shall just go there to check things out. Hey, we have streamage. Can we hear each other, though?
I can hear you guys.
Of course it's frozen. It's frozen. Every time it freezes for me, I don't know why. I cannot watch the stream from my computer because it's just spinning there saying pre-checks in progress, frozen at 2 minutes and 40 seconds. So
Well, I see it counting down on my side.
yeah, as I said, but whenever I go to it, it just sits there and spins and spins and spins. It's like
that's not good.
Yeah, I don't know why. As long as I can't hear anything coming across the to know if voice is coming across or not. So there we go. I can tell it is. To know if voice is coming across or not. So there we go. I can tell it is. Good. That's all I need. So I can just leave the stream. Do-do-do. All right. So I'll be. God damn it. Come on. OBS too, man. It's like I'm trying to. I don't want to have everything cluttered together and I'm trying to move stuff around. And when I try to move it around, it's like, oh, you want to lock this in place with all these other panels? Let's do that. I'm like, no, that's not what I'm trying to do, you idiots. So anyway, let's launch this thing. We'll get it going. We'll figure it out after that. And we made it. But guess what? Your idiot DM didn't bother to switch his camera over because he's an idiot DM. Give me a second. Oh, man, this is what I get for having two computers and only I don't have enough switches, so I've got like my monitors on a switch, so I can just switch back and forth between which computer feeds my monitors. I don't have one for my camera. So now I have to get underneath here and plug my camera in. Uno momento.
Well, at least you're a circle and not a square.
Okay, I don't know what that means, but I got you. No, I'm kidding. I see it. Too old to be crawling underneath my desk to try to do this stuff. I really should go buy another Switch. What do you think?
Wait for it. Wait for it. Oh, yeah.
And I don't mean a Switch as in video game. All right,
An HDMI switch.
Yeah.
Just get one. Save yourself a headache.
I already have two of them. One for each monitor, but then I don't have one for my camera, which I need. So, all right, give me a sec.
Well, according to cameras, they need to be independently on the one USB thing. Yeah. Or else you can run into problems, even though they say those USBs can, be branched out.
Buy one with 3 connections. Yeah. Hey, let's try that. All right, let's try this. I don't know if this is going to work. I'm betting it's not going to, so I'm just switching back to the start. Let me go here and see. Here we go. Will it do it? Yeah, there we go. We just have to turn the camera a little this way. All right, so we close this, and now we're going to go back to in-game. And of course, it didn't pick it up. You know what's going to suck? Just do
a deactivate and activate camera thing on the OBS.
On OBS, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to find where I'm scrolling down through my. All right, there's my DM. All right, I have to go to split mode here. So studio, there we go. Because if I don't, then it's going to take you into a different screen. So
DM, while you're mucking around with that, I'm going to take the dogs out early.
Okay, that'll work. All right, so where do I deactivate and activate it? I'm looking on my camera here, and it's not.
Well, it's I don't know how you have it set up, but on your scene, if you have a camera on your scene, you just right click on the camera, and then
that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. There's no activator or anything like that for it. So just give me just a second.
I don't know. Then let me look at my OBS.
Properties. There we go. Deactivate. I had to go to properties, and we're back. Thank you, sir. That's kind of the first time I've ever had to do that. So now let me.
Yeah, I don't know much. I'm just a music teacher.
Yeah, I know. That's me either. So we're back. Hey, everybody. Welcome to tonight's episode of Shiza Cinema. I'm Sean, your ever-present, can't get shit figured out host. But we're back. Yeah, sorry about that. I was telling everybody right before. It's like at 7 o'clock, my wife comes. Well, 5 till my wife comes in. And she's like, "Hey, what time's your game?" I'm like 7:30. So she sees me like scrambling to get prepared because I'm never ever 100% prepared until like half an hour before the game. And so then she's like, "Well, do you have time to go get some ice cream?" And I'm like, "Oh, sure, why not?" So I go rushing out and rushing back, and then I'm scrambling to put everything together, and I forgot to switch my camera over. But hey, man, if that's the only thing that goes wrong tonight, I am totally down. But before we get that, if you are new here, welcome. If you are an old hand, welcome back. This is our first edition game. We are here every Monday, 7:30 till 11-ish. It is a old school Grognard first edition Dungeons and Dragons set in the world of Greyhawk. If you're into 5e games, however, we do have a 5e game that runs every other Friday. This Friday is our is our off week. For those that may have been watching the past couple of streams, I started it by announcing last week, and then I re-announced it on Friday during the stream on that game, that I have a face-to-face game that I run every Thursday. It's a 5e game. It's not Greyhawk. It is set in the Forgotten Realms. I'm running it for my son, who asked me to start a D&D group so he could learn to play, and he wants to eventually learn to DM. But be that as it may, normally it's face-to-face. However, due to circumstances beyond everybody's control, folks are moving to different places, but they want to keep the band together, so they're asking to bring it online. And so potentially I could have a third stream, which would be a weekly stream here every Thursday. So you guys are just going to have to make a decision, Lord Kazumba or us. So that's just how it rolls. You know, me personally, I know where I would go, but I don't want to influence your decisions in any way, shape, or form. But it probably won't be till May time frame, but it is coming up. So think about it, and we'll let you know more whenever that happens. But until then, don't forget, as you watch the stream, you earn Twitch tokens. You can trade those tokens in for Nat 1s or Nat 20s for the party. Just tell us who you want to donate it to, which player, character, or myself as DM if you would like to donate to. Get them in early because they are only good for the stream that they're donated on. And if the party doesn't get a chance to use them, it's a shame if you wasted your tokens. So we encourage you to get them done early so the party has the entire stream. Sometimes extenuating circumstances happen, and I will allow them to be carried over. But as of right now, we don't have any carried over Nat 1s or Nat 20s. However, if you would like to help support the stream as well as help support your players, just remember, for every 100 bits that you cheer, you can give a +1 to any player or DM of choice. And those are good forever and ever, amen, because if you're going to help support the stream in that manner with your hard-earned cash, I am not going to take that away from the player. And as it stands right now, if you recall, your humble DM has a +2 and a +5 available. Deglin, you have a pair of +5s and a +2. Baron has a pair of +5s and a +1. Reese, welcome back. You have a +1 available. Ronnie Noblight, if you're back from letting the dogs out, which, by the way, for those that don't know, Varys and I have solved that ever mysterious riddle on who let the dogs out. Every week it's Ronnie. So blame him. So Ronnie has a +2. Varys has a +5 and a +3. And Zadkill, our resident hoarder, has a trio of +5s and a +1. So players, if you didn't get all that, that's fine. Just ask me and I will let you know what you have available. But for those out in the stream, again, for every 100 bits you cheer, you can grant a +1 additional to the player of your choice or myself as DM. And then we can use that to adjust any die roll up or down a maximum of 5 points if they have it available. Also, please give us a follow if you haven't already. Tell us to your friends, family, coworkers that have no life on a Monday night, especially with no football going on. Please come check us out. What else? If you like Greyhawk, which we are Greyhawk all the time, you can check out the Greyhawk Creatives team page, !socials. Will give you all the links necessary to check out where we are, whether it's Twitter, whether it's YouTube, it's our Discord, the Greyhawk Creatives channel. Just hit that, like I said, !socials in the chat, and that'll show you where we are. I'll bet you dollars to donuts we are in the middle of oh, we're not. I was thinking, man, I bet you we're in the middle of an ad right now, but I blocked
We were.
one. Oh, were we? So we're back.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not sure how much anybody missed, but !socials will tell you everything you need to know about the channel. The highlights are get your Nat 1s and Nat 20s in by trading in your Twitch tokens. Just click the little gold coin underneath the chat box and it'll pop open a window for you can trade them in. Just let us know who it's going to, and for every 100 bits you cheer, you can grant a +1 to your favorite player or DM. That being said, let us discuss where we were and what was going on, because I don't think anybody was paying attention at the end of last session. We're all old. We're all falling asleep. But if you did watch, you know that our party managed to defeat the Falcon and the cultists. Several months has gone by since that time. In fact, it's been roughly 6 months have passed since the party defeated the Falcon and her minions. And the party, over that period of time, has had various tributes bestowed upon them. They are now among the who's who of the city. They may not be among the wealthy elite, but they are definitely among the well-known group known as the Defenders of Greyhawk. At the various festivals, they have been called out and given other trophies and awards and whatnot. But slowly but surely, things have begun to wind down and come back to normal. Each person has gone about their life, if you will, a non-adventuring sort of life. For example, Varys is now working hand in hand with a good friend of his in the Garden District, helping manage his friend's business in that area. Sort of like a second in command in this business now. Deglin has stood up his church over in Diamond Lake, and he has actually begun to attract not only followers, but he has several young priests who have heard about him and wanted to learn from one of the great defenders of the city. Zadkiel was appointed one of the 12 knights of the Church of Bokab here in the Free City. A group of individuals not unlike the Knights of the Round Table, but these knights are dedicated to the preservation of everything that has to do with St. Cuthbert and his teaching, as well as defending the city from evil and doing whatever it takes. And as one retires, another is sworn into the duty. And so one of the members of the knightshood was retiring, and so Zadkiel was sworn into that. Ronnie Noblite has since taken over duties of the Druidic circle just outside the city, but beyond that, he has been given the authority by the Druidic Council of the region to basically keep tabs on everything in the Greyhawk domain, including the Salt Marsh, the Free City, the Cairn Hills to the north. And so he has a rather large responsibility managing the druids who do the day-to-day operations. So all of our player characters have, in some way, shape, or form, moved into normal lives. But not a day ago, our party was summoned once again, and it was discovered, although to his credit, Varys already knew something was up. There was a rogue thief of some sort in the city and has stolen a trio of rather potent items, weapons, if you would, that were housed and stored under secure magic vaults. But somehow this thief, in an unsanctioned and unparalleled do or dare, or do or die, or what's the word I'm looking for? An unparalleled and never before seen act of bravado, stole these weapons from their resting place, and nobody knew where they were. Nobody could figure out what was going on with them until word was received that allegedly an ancient sorcerer wizard, thought to be long dead, who made his home in the northeastern region, north of the Bandit Kingdoms, in a place known as White Plume Mountain, had stolen these items. And so the party was asked if they would be willing to undertake this expedition to go investigate and see about retrieving these items. And the party did agree. The members of the Magi Guild and whatnot agreed. Well, actually, it was the Church of Bacab that they went to see about this. But it was agreed that the party would be given magical transport to the location as close as they could get to the location anyway. And they would be given a scroll that when the scroll was read would reactivate the return circle. So they would have to go back to the same place where they landed, read the scroll, and it would send them back the way they came and right back to the free city. And so the party agreed upon that. And so when last we left, it was moving into the next day. It was still the first day of Rich Fest, Common Year 587. And the festivals are always a great time, particularly for the Druids, because it has everything to do with the land and the crops and the growing and the tending of the fields and whatnot. And so Ronnie Noblite, much to his chagrin, has been pulled away from his duties to once again go on a adventuring mission for this time the Church of Bocab. And so the party was left to make the plans, and when they are ready, they're supposed to notify the church that they are ready. And so that is sort of where we begin tonight's episode. Episode, I want to say 96, by the way. Episode 96 of the 1E1 shots. But we are going to move to the second day of...
it's opposite of 69.
Yeah. Actually, let me move hour by hour. I'm going to get the clock going here, but as we are going to say, it is currently 7:39 in the morning on the second day of Rich Fest. As the festival is beginning to wake up in the city, you all find yourselves gathered once again. Where do we want to meet? Do we want to meet back at the church? Do we want to meet back at the Whistling Fish where you guys first started it all? Do we want to meet in the market? Where do we wish to start? And that's where I'll put you guys, and we'll start tonight's episode. Where do we feel like starting? Anybody? Don't
Not the church, DM.
All right. So you guys are currently at the Church of Bocab, meeting in the morning on the, again, as I said, the second day of Rich Fest. It is a sunny day. It is a cool day, perhaps in the low 60s. A perfect day for beginning another adventure in your eyes. And so I know much discussion was had over what we were going to do and what we want to get. But let's go ahead and work through that. We don't have to spend a lot of time, but we can work through some of that before we get ourselves underway.
Well, real important thing, did any of us level?
No.
I never even got any experience.
Oh, not from last session, because there really wasn't a lot in last session. It was more or less just kind of working through the aftermath of the combat and whatnot. So you guys didn't really do any combat. You really didn't do a whole lot. So it will all add up at the end of this one. But last session, I didn't dole out anything.
Well, Ronnie did a whole lot of unseen things behind the scenes, DM. Probably earned himself at least 25 or 30 grand.
Probably. You think a druid would make that? You could be right. You could be right. Maybe I'm just, not seeing it that way, but, So, what are we looking to do to prepare ourselves?
I got a pocket full of acorns, and I'm looking to buy some potions of healing.
Okay.
If we look in the player's bag of holding, Ronnie does have... I forgot to add his new stuff. So it's over 40,000.
Wow. Ronnie, you miser.
Let me add that up right quick.
Well, I
Yeah,
have no idea.
acorns aren't cheap.
Mhm.
Yeah, they don't grow on trees or nothing.
Let me know when you get that added.
651.
Is that in the why is my there we go. That's in the journal?
That's in the bag of holding, yeah, journal. And then I have to add what we got today. I haven't added that in yet.
All right.
5892. $45,543.
All right, go ahead and update that if you would.
That's a lot of gold.
That is a lot of gold. What am I-
Did you say 45,000?
That's what Ronnie has in the bag of holding because he only uses the acorns.
So speaking of gold, we getting the share then, I guess.
I put it in the loot channel.
Yeah, I saw.
Yeah. If we sell all those extra items, then. Yep, there it is. Okay, should be correct now. Yes. But I have to change that. I gotta get rid of those items. That's gone. That's gone. And then those two are gone. And I wanted to. I took money out of my own account to pay for some of the items that we're gonna sell anyway. So,
Okay.
and I'm gonna buy them for my priest back at Diamond Lake.
Okay.
So I took those out of the bag of holding as well.
All right. So let us go through, I guess, some of the things that we wanted to get. We'll just go through each one of y'all, just so we can make sure that everybody gets an opportunity to say these are the items that they want to get, or do we just want to do it as a party? I think we could probably do it individually, but it's up to you guys if you want to.
I think every one of us should have at least a ring of fire resistance.
Okay. Does everybody not have one? Because I will tell you, I don't play you can go to a magic shop and have them make you a magic ring, right? Or you can go to the Wizards Guild and have them make you a ring. They can, but it'll cost you and it'll take weeks of time for them to develop and craft those items, right? So if you're looking to go to just like a magic shop and buy stuff, I don't do that. Potions and stuff are different. Maybe getting some low-level scrolls would be different as far as purchasing that. But as far as like going out and just straight up buying magic items, I don't usually do that.
Yeah,
Right,
I figured
so-
that's if we had some scrolls of fire resistance or flame walk or something like that.
Right.
Okay. And then or potions.
All right, so let's go straight down here. Let's go Deglin first. What are some items that you're wanting? And then we can just determine what the cost is. Right. So
All right.
Resources are not unlimited, but I'm sure you guys could get a lot of what you're looking for, especially when it comes to potions and stuff like that.
Let me go back to that one area.
But I'll make sure
I
we
would
get
like
all of our inventory updated.
Yeah, I would like some scrolls, maybe.
Okay, scrolls of.
Beer back drink.
I like it's a 3rd level spell called Flame Walk.
Okay. I'm gonna roll a percentage in this because I was only looking at giving anything under a 2nd level spell. I wasn't usually given any 3rd level spells. But
I could also do a 1st level spell of.
oh, what the hell?
What?
Suddenly, it logged me out of the game.
Yeah, I've lost connection to the server,
Yeah.
and
Well,
now I'm back.
yeah, I have to log. It told me you have to be logged in to go in, so I had to re-log in. So for those that are watching the stream, I apologize. All right.
Okay.
And it didn't even show me what my dice roll was. I just rolled a D100 and it didn't show me.
25.
Is that what it was? So I am going to say you are able to get a flame walk scroll. All right.
Okay.
It is going to cost you 3,000 gold to get it, though. 1,000 gold per level.
Can't bet.
That's weird.
3,000. Okay. And maybe this. I think it's the same level. Let me go find it. Another one called Water Walk.
Is that third level?
I'm gonna go back and try to find it again.
Yeah, you do not get. They do not have
No.
a water walk. Not available.
Yeah, it's third level, but okay. So no Water Walk.
Nope. All right, stop that. If you're gonna burp into the
Oh.
microphone, at least put it on
my,
mute.
my apologies. I didn't
Alright.
realize I had a
It's all
microphone.
right. It's all good, man. I'm just fucking with you. It's all good. Lisa came out the top end, and you weren't like putting your ass up by the microphone, letting it go. All right.
Okay.
What else you need?
I'm looking here.
What about the list that you guys had? Again, I don't want to take up like 50 minutes of time while people read through the books to figure out what they want. I know you guys had a big list of things you wanted to kind of put together, or at least I know.
We got a bunch of those, but potions of fire resistance, if they have
Yep.
those.
Yep. So, the potions. So the collapsible pole, absolutely. How much rope do we want?
I think we all already have like 50 feet, right? At least most of us do.
Not sure. You need to check your inventory to see what you guys have if you need more rope. Rope's available. Oil's available. Right? Just got to remember you got to carry this stuff. So if you're going to put it on your...
Yeah, rope I could use. I could also use to equip myself with my wand of negation.
Do you not have it on your character sheet already?
It's on the character sheet, but it's not in my gear.
Oh, that's kind of weird.
That's what I say.
I don't understand why it would be that way. All right. So anyway, so the mundane stuff is fine. You just need to say how much oil you want, how much footage of rope you want. Just got to remember you have to be able to carry all this stuff because you're not taking mounts with you.
Okay, can I add the rope to my own list?
If it's under the items, you should be able to.
Well, can I add the rope that I'm going to carry?
Well, that's what I'm saying is don't create a new item. You should search for it under the items list. And then you should be able to drag it if it's there. So do you want silk rope or regular rope?
Something, yeah, the silk rope sounds good.
All right, so let's drag a 50-foot thing of silk rope, and now you have silk rope.
All right, let me go check my gear.
And I think isn't your wand of negation already there?
No, and I don't see rope either.
Yeah, the rope's right underneath your horse.
Oh, right underneath my horse.
It's about halfway
Oh, there
down.
it is. Hi. Okay, great.
Yep. So if I look, make sure. Yep. So it looks like your wand of negation is not there. So let me put that on your sheet really quick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that looks important.
I don't know about that.
Now you know what can I tell
Do-do-do. I think it's because didn't
Yeah,
we
I
pass
definitely
it
have
back and
50
forth to
hemp
people or
rope, and
something?
that's-
All right, you now have a wand of negation on your sheet. It's right underneath your winter gloves.
I see we bought rope
Excellent.
when we went after the Falcon in the Kieran Hills. We
Right.
have 200 feet. So
Yep.
I think we probably have plenty of rope. Between all of them.
Let me put that into the bag of holding.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that list, that general note list. There's some stuff.
Oh,
in there.
okay. And we'll just say we put all that stuff into the bag of holding.
Yeah. To do that, probably.
Yep. So right now, in the bag of holding, you've got 3 potions of flying, a potion of levitation, 2 of climbing, 6 healing, and 3 extra healing.
Yeah, and I found extra healing
plus
on
a bunch
my
of
own. I found extra healing on my own sheet that I have.
Yeah.
I bought or got for myself.
Right.
Before.
Yeah, I have
So-
several on my character
So
as well.
I think I'm fine in that regard.
Okay.
I don't.
All right.
Rice not been with us this long, so I don't know what he's got.
Yeah. Reese, do you have any potions or anything like that on your sheet?
Let's see. I have a potion of extra healing, and that is it. Other than
So we need to get him some type of fire resist.
I was just going to ask, is that something we're going to need? I need to get a potion.
We're going to a volcano, so
Oh,
yeah, fire protection is utmost right now.
okay.
So I can get you up to 6 potions of fire resistance. That's the most you can get for the party is 6 at 500
Okay.
gold each.
Fire resistance.
Yep, 500 gold apiece for 5 of them. Looking at my list of my inventory of because I actually have a store that I keep track of.
You said 5 or 6 per
6, 1 per person.
500 each, right?
Yep.
So 33,000. So we're at 6,000 so far.
You already had potions of flying. You already have potions of climbing. Do we want more potions of flying and more of?
Does the potions of flying, are those breakable down or
No,
is
that's
that
a one and done.
one and done? Okay.
Yeah, we may want a couple more.
Yeah, 3
'Cause
more.
When is the did Ronnie come back? I have a question for him as a junior.
I'm here.
It's been a while since I looked at AT&T Druids. Can you turn into like a giant eagle or something?
Yep. Well, not giant. I can turn into a bird, a lizard, and a mammal, 1 per day. But there is, I think, somewhat size limitations.
Yeah, so yeah, you probably can't carry us if you had to fly somewhere.
I would
would
not
be
expect
fun.
that I could be that big an eagle.
That would be fun to try, though.
I mean, yeah. then we don't have.
Fly him off the mountain.
Do we want to get some potions of Thunderfall or something, maybe?
Wouldn't have potions of Featherfall.
Okay.
It's not necessarily like 5e where you can get a potion for every spell, but the climbing. Well, yeah. Scroll of Featherfall, absolutely. That's available if you want to get that. We can deal with that when we talk to Baron.
Or a couple more potions of flying.
Right. So if you want 3 potions of flying, that is 1,000 gold piece per. I'm sorry, is it 1,000 or 750?
400.
Is it 400? Or
I'm
are
just
you
throwing numbers.
I was going to say, I thought maybe you were like haggling with me or something, and then I'd
Well, I
have
hear
to go
300.
I take it back. 750 per flying.
I hear 500.
Yeah, we can do 500 more. So 1,250. You're saying?
No.
So you're wanting us
And-
to tell you what we want?
I'll steal them.
Hang on. So I quoted you the wrong one. The fire resistance is 400 each, not 1,000. So that's a little better.
Yep.
Oh, you quoted me 400 each or 500 each.
Oh, did I? Okay, so it's 400 for the fire resistance.
Okay.
For the flying, it's 750. If anybody wants climbing, it's 500.
What do you got for clairvoyance, DM?
I don't think we need climbing.
Do we need climbing spells?
Well, you never
I
know.
have-
I mean, so
I have 2 climbing
This is a
spells
desert
already.
we're going to, right?
no, you're going to a volcano in the middle of the north. I'll show you on the map where you guys are going here soon.
Yeah.
Why don't y'all get some water spells, like create vast amounts of water?
That's what the clerics are for.
Yeah.
All right.
I have 2 water spells. They're not the greatest, but they'll work.
Can we have water breathing or anything?
A potion of water breathing.
Or anybody have?
Yeah.
No.
We do
Uh,
have 1 potion of water breathing in the bag of holding.
So I have where there are 3 potions of water breathing are available at 900 gold each.
Do you guys want to buy those or?
I mean, I don't mind. I have home.
Water breathing's always good to have.
Yeah.
A couple of us have necklaces of adaptation, so those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You won't. Yeah. Well, those
Yeah.
those will keep you safe from like gases and stuff.
They allow
Says
water
it lets
breathing.
you breathe underwater
Oh,
too.
yeah, the AD&D version is nice. Yeah.
All right, so I put down 3 potions of water breathing, so that puts us up to 4 of them.
Well, I'd like at least 1 or 2. Well, let's just say 2 or 3 clairvoyance, DM.
Okay. I can get you 2 clairvoyants at 500 each.
All right, Ronnie, we'll hand you 3 acorns, giving you a deal. I'm not even asking for change.
Well, I appreciate that.
Now I'm going to try to figure out how to find these potions in this system.
Of clairvoyance or clairaudience?
Voyance.
Yeah. So that's the vision.
Yep.
All right, and those were how much? 9.
The clairvoyants.
1,000 total.
Yeah, 500 each.
Okay, 1,000 total. The 3 potions of water breathing were how much?
900 apiece.
So maybe because I'm not the DM, it doesn't let me look at magic items on this.
That is correct. You have to be a magic user. I mean, you have to be a DM. You have to be.
He has to
DM
like
decision.
ya.
You have to like ya. Where is it?
All right, then I'll leave it up to you to throw those potions on my sheet, DM.
Oh yeah. So once we're all done, then we'll go through it again just to make sure. I was thinking that we were just tracking it on your like the bag of holding thingy or whatever the case may be. I didn't know we were doing individual stuff here yet. So
Are we doing one at a time or?
well, I'm going through everybody. Yeah. So I'm just
Okay.
trying to
I'll
get
just wait.
through. Just trying to get through.
Well, how many extra healings can I buy, DM?
2.
All right, well, Ronnie will hand you half an acorn.
Yeah. Extra healing are 800 gold apiece.
Okay, that's solid 2. 1,600 gold. That's 4 acorns.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever you say, sir.
So
Sorry, I had to step away.
All
he
right.
keeps throwing these damn acorns and screwing my math up. What did you say?
It's 800 per
So 16.
1,600 for that.
All right, well, I have those on my sheet, so I'm just going to change my number that I have.
Okay.
Let me go. I'll go to the bag of holding and change the amount of gold we have. Minus. What are we looking at? 26.
Hey, thanks for the follow, man. Appreciate it. Just trying to get ourselves set up here. Our party is getting ready to undertake an expedition as we're going through a quick purchase. All right, so Ronnie, is that it for what you needed to buy?
Yes, sir.
All right, so Baron, is there anything individually that you need to buy or you want to try to buy? And I will let you know whether or not we can kind of add that to.
Hey, Baron, I also have a ring of fire resistance listed in the bag of holding with your name on it.
Okay, let me unfortunately I can't use it because I have 2 rings already.
Yep.
I guess I could put that ring of spell storing on. No, I'll have to pass.
So, well, just remember, you can always take a ring off and put another one on, or you just don't
Okay.
want to switch rings. You know what I mean? You're able
Well,
to do
okay, I
that.
have a ring of spell. I have a ring of spell storing, and I have a ring of protection +1.
Maybe you can put on your
Kind of.
toe.
I'm kind of thought.
I asked about toe rings and I was denied.
Well, I'm not going to ask about the other ring, but
How about a nose ring or an eyebrow ring? Or
that's
something?
not quite what I meant, but okay.
What is this, junior high?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
You obviously
Classes
haven't
in
gained with
session.
us. You haven't gained with us very long, have you? This is nothing.
Okay, if I hear pull my finger jokes, I'm out of here. Okay, anyway, way too old for that. Well, let's see. Since this is a dark sun, we can't have toe rings.
Correct.
So,
Yeah, so like I said, you can have multiple rings. You can just only wear 2, right? So it's totally up to you if you just want to put it on your sheet and it's just not equipped, and then when you're ready to use it, you equip it and unequip the other ring. Completely.
And that takes an
yeah,
action.
I will go ahead and be glad to take that. I have taken a couple of fire shield spells,
Okay.
which somehow they seem like they would be important.
So you've gotten those as scrolls?
No, those are actually in my spell book.
Okay, perfect. Okay. All right, so I have just added a ring of fire resistance, but it is not equipped. It is just carried. So
Okay, let me go find it.
And I want to look also, just so you know, none of your stuff looks like it's equipped. It looks like it's all carried. So like your cloak, your bracers, none of that is. Yeah, so your armor class right now is 10 because you're carrying everything, but you don't have anything equipped.
Okay, let me go look at my sheet again.
Yep, I just want to make sure you know, and you just go right down to items that you want to make sure that you have equipped, and we want to make sure that's ready before we actually get into the thick of things, right? So
okay, that's what it is.
So besides
very good.
that,
I'm doing that.
So besides that, was there anything else that you were going to attempt to purchase, spell-wise, scroll-wise? I guess I should say that's the same thing, but scroll-wise or potion-wise. Again, I don't do magic items, but I am very amenable to up to a certain level of scroll. You can get first or second level scrolls of spells you already have. You can do that. If it's a spell you don't have, then we're going to have to roll to see if it is available. If it's a 3rd level or higher spell, I'm going to roll a percentage chance first to see if it's available. Second, then we'd have to roll to see whether or not you could have the spell per the normal spell, right? But again, if it's already a spell you own in your spell book, you can just tell me and I can drop scrolls of that onto your character sheet, and then you could have those available.
Yes. Could I have an encyclopedia of magic missile spells? I'll just keep the book on and keep casting it.
All right. So what I'm going to do,
I've looked at the spells that I have on here, and the only one that has been doing me any real good has been magic missile.
All right. So what I'm going to do is I am going to drop this. How many scrolls of magic missile do you want? I just dropped it onto your sheet.
Okay, you are the DM. What is a reasonable number?
I will say that you could probably have up to 3. I think 3 scrolls.
That sounds reasonable.
It takes you a little while to get the materials together and copy the spell. So you got 3. So
okay, you can deduct that from my my winnings.
Yeah. Oops, it should be 3.
Yeah, I
Okay.
could imagine. I could imagine going into a magic shop. Says, let me have a couple dozen magic missile scrolls,
Yeah.
and then I could see myself getting mugged when I'm outside.
Exactly. So, any others of your spells that you want to? Again, first and second level spells, I'm not worried about. Third level and above, I would allow you to have one scroll of your higher level spells. But if you want to buy, that's when we have to actually roll the dice.
Okay.
Like,
No, this is fine. Lightning bolt, marginal use at this point. Enclosed areas. Fireball, no reason why.
okay.
Um, okay. I've had very good luck with slow spells and magic missile spells.
So
They
you
seems to that seems to pulls our fat out of the fire a few times,
okay?
just in
So
case we run into any more will o' the wisps.
so you
Or
want another slow spell scroll? Was that what I heard out of all that?
No, no. A slow spell scroll. I always I have 3 learned. 4 would be a party.
All right. So you have one. You have one additional. You now have a slow spell scroll.
Mm-hmm. Great.
But you said you don't want to worry about having a fireball, lightning bolt, or anything like that.
Well, I'm going into a volcano. Somehow fireball doesn't seem like it's going to do me any good.
Okay. Hey man, totally up to you.
you do have that wall of ice spell. That one does pretty good.
I mean, you don't
Yeah,
have
okay,
wall
good.
of force or anything, do you?
All right, hang on. Let me go find my sheet here and look to see what I'm doing. Um. Yeah. Okay, I have a choice. I could either take fire shield or wall of ice. What would you like?
What does fire?
Fire shield sounds really good to me.
I mean,
Well, if you think that's the best one,
yeah.
Yeah, wall of ice sounds like creating water in a volcano.
Yeah.
Well, it might depend on where you are, but yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. I mean, it'd be really impressive for a second.
Yep. So the fire shield essentially protects the wizard from fire, and it gives him a +2 on his saving throw, and it's automatic half damage, 0 damage if he makes a save.
Yeah, that's it. The magic user is very happy with that idea.
Yep. And the other thing is, it says if the magic user fails a saving throw against a cold base attack, you'll suffer twice the damage. So in other words, if you have the fire shield on and somebody casts a cold spell and you fail your save, you take double the damage. So just so you know.
Somebody who's going to cast a cold spell in a volcano, I want to shake this man's head.
Okay. All right. You heard it here first.
Okay, now the only other thing that I would like to do is, according to the stuff from last week, I have a teleport spell that's not equipped or not in my
So
in my
I
list.
don't. Yeah. I guess I'll put that in there because technically
don't
it
worry
is.
Don't worry
Yeah,
about
yeah,
it.
because
Don't worry
yeah,
about it.
was-
I will. I left a note on the on the Discord channel. I'll get with you next to move all that stuff around because everything you did for me very graciously last week disappeared.
really,
Yes,
that's pretty bizarre.
I'm
Well,
beginning to think that somebody doesn't like me.
if I remember correctly, you got the teleport from the wizard spellbook. Is that what it was?
Yes.
Or
I spent 2,300 gold pieces and spent 23 days, which is less than 6 months,
yep,
riding like a fiend, putting that stuff in there.
yep. So we are just going to do this, and
I have a confusion spell, but that's just natural for me.
yeah. Now I just dropped. Oh, come on. Your teleport spell is
I mean, if this is slowing us down, I could do it later. I just don't want to-
we're definitely gonna do it later. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't something different. But I just put the teleport spell in your spell book, so now it's there.
Okay, it's probably going to be more useful than imposing hand.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So last thing that you were looking for, Baron?
Well, the I've got slow spells. I have magic missiles, which are pretty impressive at my level.
Yep.
I think I'm ready.
Okay. All right.
Somebody's going to get blown to pieces.
I like it. All right. So, Deglin, we already went through all yours, right? Of what you want. Was there anything else that you were looking for?
Just one of my spells I was going to swap out of 4th level, but it's not in the list of drop down.
Okay. What is the spell?
It's from the Unearthed Arcana. It's called Abjure.
Yep. That's not in the
Ooh.
available spells that are here. So
Ooh.
that is
Unearthed
something.
Arcana. Ooh.
That is something that I would have to build the spell myself for you. I can't. It's not in the available list of spells from the system itself. So
Okay,
apparently,
can I just say it's there?
yeah. We
Okay,
just
cool.
have to make sure that we know what
I'll just
spell
leave
you.
the auto.
Yeah, we just need to know, what spell you're
I got-
getting rid of or whatever.
Yeah, I got rid of neutralized poison.
Okay, gotcha. Ooh, I like
May or
that.
not be a good idea.
I got that one.
All right.
Well,
All
I'm
right,
certainly
so-
glad to hear it.
Moving quickly, we got Deglin and Baron done. Reese, up to you now, sir. Was there anything in particular? Trying
Well,
to
we
fix
got
it.
potions of fire resistance, right?
Yep.
Yep.
It's the only thing I can think of.
Okay.
I'm good. I did what was interesting on the drop downs.
Mhm.
Protection from fire, which is a druid spell, showed
Yep.
up as available in my list. So they haven't differentiated, I guess,
Probably
between
not.
cleric and druid in the
Probably
system.
not. Probably not.
Yeah, you gotta-
I have to. I
you have
have
to
to make
look
sure I don't draw the cleric spells when I do my druid list because they're mixed
Ah.
up.
Yep. So thanks for noting that. Remind me or send me a Discord note, and I will let the guys in that build the system know that Druid and Cleric spells aren't there, and I'll ask them when Unearthed Arcana is going to be put in, if it's going to be put in.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Because if it's not, I can build anything custom right in this
Given
system.
enough time.
Yeah, I mean, not even that. I mean, it doesn't take me that long to build a spell. It's but other things
good.
might take me a little while. So, okay, so Reese, we're done with Reese. Ronnie Noblight. Anything else in particular that we haven't already discussed? Tell me what I need to put on your sheet right now, and I will put it on there. That you
That
have
was-
that you have already that I need to drop.
That was those 3 or 2 potions of clairvoyance.
Potion of Clairvoyance, and you had how many of them?
2.
Okay, let me edit this. You now have 2. It's identified. You now have. Uh-oh, why did it not identify? Stupid. Okay, there you go. You now have 2 potions of clairvoyance on there.
And I already added the extra healing to my extra healing slot.
How many do you have?
I have 6 on one bunch and then 1 other.
Okay, yeah, I was going to say I'm looking. I'm like, why am I only seeing 1?
Yeah, there's 2. There's one that only has 1, but then there's another one in there that has 6.
Yep, and then you have. I'm wondering if I was looking. Is it in a pouch or something like that? Is that why? Because I don't.
Which
even
one
see
you looking for?
Either one. Well, I see the one by itself, but I don't see the group of 6. I don't
Let's see here. I put. You know what? I did it when it was on my.
It's in your backpack. It's in your backpack. That's
Okay.
why. I was looking in your pouch instead of backpack. Okay. Yep. I got it there. All right. Anything else that you need?
No, damn. I mean, if they got magic sling bullets, I could use them, but I don't know if those are available or not.
I will give you a dozen plus 1 sling bullets. I'll do that.
All right.
Oh,
get
Ronnie,
those.
can't you use those acorns?
I can, but they only have a limited range.
Oh,
Gotta have some heft to them, you know?
All right. So I'm going to go here, and it is identified.
I see him right there, DM.
I'm going to give you 6 of these and 6 of these.
All right. Thank you.
All right, sir. Okay. Is there anything else for Ronnie?
Nope, that's it.
All right. Varys, you loaded up, or is there anything else that you were looking to get or you needed to get?
I think I'm good. The only concern I have is my new magic longsword with a backstab. But we can sort that out later.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry. I completely forgot. Probably should have done that. If I don't do things like that night, I'll forget the next day, and then here I am a week later jumping through hoops. So,
yeah.
So which one does it ask? Let me ask this: which one already has the
My +2?
Your +2 silvered longsword has it on there already?
Yeah.
So why don't we
I
do
believe
this?
so.
Why don't we do this just for now? We're gonna make it +3. But I'm gonna leave the silvered, but it's not really silvered.
Yeah. That's it.
3, 3, 3. And then here somewhere, backstab. I'm just doing this really quick here. It's 4D, right? Still?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like 5D or anything like that. So.
Yeah, not yet.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
I think
we're gonna do our best to make sure you don't get that. All right. So I took your previous longsword and I made it +3. The +3 silvered one.
Yeah.
That's now your +3 sword. And then later on, I will add it correctly to the real +3 sword, and I'll change that back to a +2 silvered. But I just left it say silvered so you know which sword to use. And now it's got +3, and it's got all the other associated attacks and bonuses and stuff with it. Cool. Anything else? Any other items you're looking to get or anything like that? Potion-wise or anything?
I think I'm good. I just need to know how much I need to help pay for whatever we bought.
Yep. So for right now, everybody's bought everything on their own. Right?
Oh, okay.
So if you guys and for Ronnie, Declan's been taking it off the sheet and stuff. So
yeah, Taylor can just tell me what I owe.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Zadkiel. Last but not least, anything that you're looking for?
Yes.
How did I know? What are you looking for?
Holy Avenger.
Yeah, I knew that was coming. Knew that was coming. So that's okay. We can give you the Cursed Holy Avenger. That's a backbiter. So every time you hit, it actually hits you instead of somebody else.
Nice.
I sold my last Holy Avenger.
If that's not available, go ahead.
But I have this Unholy Avenger available.
Yeah. All right. So seriously, is there any items or anything that you're looking that you would want to get that you can bring with you?
But I was serious about that, but if it's a no, then I'll have some other ones.
Okay. There is no Holy Avenger.
Okay. I'm looking for some gauntlets of Storm Giant or Girdle of Storm Giant. Or Girdle of Giants.
I can tell you now, there are no magic items, right? I don't do the magic item thing. I can do like the arrows, like magic arrows or magic bullets, like I gave Ronnie. That's one thing, but I don't do the magic items because that requires contracting and having them spend years or whatever, or weeks or months or whatever, manufacturing a magic item and the girdles and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't give that away. So if you're looking for consumable magic type stuff like scrolls that a paladin could cast, or potions, or holy water, or whatever. Well, I'm just saying.
In the bag of holding, we do have some potions of giant strength: frost giant, stone giant, and cloud giant.
Right. So you've got you don't have the girdle, but you got potions that'll last at least a little while.
Mm.
So
I also have
stuff like that.
2 potions of just regular strength 18-0.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, how long do those last?
I have to look it up, but I think it's just a few turns, right? DM?
yeah. Usually they only last a few rounds or a few turns, depending upon the potion. I don't know if there's a.
It's not worth getting the. Well then, yeah, there's really nothing I can use. I mean,
Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot for a paladin, right? But so.
yeah, I mean, yeah.
You got your ring of fire resistance, so that's always good.
Well, it's I think it's warmth, isn't it? I mean,
Well, it's a ring of fire resistance, so
is it?
essentially, depending upon what is happening, you either take no or half damage, right? So it's a guaranteed half damage.
I think so.
It grants immunity to normal fires, very hot fires such as molten lava or hellhound breath only do 1 per. Exceptionally hot like red dragon breath or fireballs are -2 per die. Yeah, so
Oh yeah, I see it. Fire resist. Okay.
So
Well then, well, do we have any do they have any sling bullets of holy water or something? I don't know. Do they? I'm not sure. Bless
no
bullets or something.
No, you can bless items and whatnot, but they don't come that way. No.
Well, I'll ask my paladin people.
Well, so
I need
saying
lots of holy water.
so. Okay, how much holy water do you want to bring with you?
As much as I can carry, I guess, because we're gonna use some.
Okay.
It gets hot,
So-
we might get thirsty.
So you tell me how many potions of holy water would Zadkiel like, and I can drop it in your backpack.
Maybe 20.
That's a lot of vials. That's a lot of vials. I'll give you 10. How's that?
Okay.
Are we
You need to-
actually expecting to deal with something that needs holy water?
I don't know.
Well, it's water. And we're going to a hot place, so if nothing else, I'll drink it. And then maybe if a creature attacks me, my blood will be blessed and it'll hurt him. I don't know.
All right. I just
It's not
added-
much for me to get, so I'm just trying to see what I can get. It
Yep,
might
so
be worth something later on, I guess.
I just added your holy water to your
All right,
backpack.
I guess that's it.
If you want sling bullets, just like Ronnie, I gave him some magic sling bullets. If you would like some sling bullets, I can add those to yours as well.
Okay, I'll take a couple hundreds of those.
Yeah, no, nah, nice try.
He's killed me.
Drop that on there.
Can I get one one sling bullet with a string attached to it? So I
No.
pull the old Al Bundy sling bullet.
All right. All right, so I am adding sling bullets to your character sheet.
Yeah, that'll be it then.
All right, so now you have +1 as well as +2 sling bullets on your character sheet.
Wait, don't one of us have like gauntlets?
No.
Oh,
Deglin has a belt.
Stone
why-
giant.
That's why Deglin can do some seriously strong
Okay.
damage. But all right,
well, if he drops, I'm gonna take his belt.
okay, sounds like a plan.
I bequeath it to you. Should I die?
Don't worry, I'll protect you. Just stand in front of me.
Roger that.
All right, so as we go.
No, that's it. I'm ready.
All right,
Let's do it.
Ready
so
for my
it's
photo shoot, boss.
as you guys all go through the free city, speaking with your various contacts, going to the markets, going to the Magi Guild, speaking with the priests, gathering all of the tools and supplies that you think you may need. Don't forget, I believe on the list, edit that list that's on Discord to make sure that like what we didn't get, like we never got the potion. Well, did we get the potions of flying and whatnot?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. Okay. So take everything. I guess I want to make sure that there's nothing left on that list because we didn't do any more extra healing potions. I just want to make sure that we've kind of got everything bought and paid for, and the money taken off the various sheets. So for the for Zadkiel and Ronnie, let's see, 3, 6. It's going to be 900 gold for the sling bullets that I gave them.
All right, I have to take that off the other.
So Zadkiel, you need to make sure you take 900 gold off your character sheet for those sling bullets, and you need to take 500 gold off for the holy water.
Oh, doesn't my order have like a business card or something?
Well, I mean, you know what? I'm going to say, yeah, I'll save you the cost of the holy water given by the church.
Because I give so much money. I don't know. Let me look and see how much money I have, because I think I've given all my money that last event we were at with the
just
trying to make a shrine.
Right. But it's like I said, it's 900 gold for the sling bullets.
Okay, let me see if I have it, because I might not be able to take it.
You can take it because I'm sure somebody will cover the cost. I'll just make you go on a quest with them or something to pay it back.
I can't be on my knees to repay. Sorry. Let me see here.
Yeah, just let me know what I owe you next one and I'll pay it.
Where's the
now.
gold located? Yeah, see, it says I have 0 gold. I have 0. I don't have any coins at all, apparently.
Well, you just made just recently 5,000. What was it? Let me go back and look at that. It was 5,000 something.
Yeah.
5,892. We all got.
Ronnie must have stole it off me because I got 0 in my pocket. And I can't
Everybody
really add
did?
it. Or at least I don't know how to add it.
It might have 5892 from us selling those items and dividing up the treasure.
Yeah, but I haven't been adding
That was-
it.
All right. I
That
just
was for
added.
everybody recently?
Yeah.
Yeah, just today.
The
So-
5,800 and whatever?
92.
92. Yep. It's
Oh,
in
I
the
should
loot
put that-
channel.
I should put that on my sheet.
All right. So Zadkiel, I have added the gold that you have now onto your character sheet so you can
Yeah,
see
because
it.
I previously had on my old character sheets,
Yep.
I had like 4,105, but
Oh,
never got put on this. I don't know why.
You guys should be able to go in and add your gold, so we'll work that out.
Okay, no problem. Oh, there's the window. No. Yeah.
All right. Friends, family members, co-workers. I'm looking for something here. Told you I was not completely prepared here. If you guys would not mind giving me just a second.
Oh my god, you just take so long this whole game.
Hey man,
Gee.
dude, I'll tell you what. I told you I was not prepared. It's like I was trying to get prepared and then I got sidetracked by, and it just sort of
Ice cream.
happened. By ice cream. Yep.
Did you at least have some?
No, I got a soda. But anyway,
Oh,
it's all good. I'm almost done, and then we can kick off to where we need to go. So I wanted to go. Do we have the modules? Here. Choose file. I'm uploading a map, so I wanted to make sure I had this map handy. Select. And Save changes. All right. Gridless. All right. Hopefully, I got this right. Just have to drop the token on there. All right. So now I think I'm ready. I don't know for sure, but I think I'm ready. Wish me luck, folks. I have no idea what I'm doing. All right. So, you guys spend the majority of your day gathering your supplies, getting yourselves prepared. When you gather back at the Temple of Bokab on the appointed time and day, the appointed time, the end of the day, so that you can be sent along the way. Uh-oh. What'd I miss? Hey, thanks for the follow, guys. So as you guys sort of gather in back at the... Oh, geez. You want to handle that for me?
I'm on it.
Thank you, sir.
Just offering promotion, DM.
I know, man. I'm seeing just, how fast can we raise our crew? So, you guys finally arrive back at the Temple of Bokab, greeted by the priests there. There's a mage from the Magi's Guild there who, as you are led to the chamber where you're going to be departing from, you could see that he is just finishing up etching a giant circle onto the floor with all the arcane runes completely filled in around it. You can see incense and candles are burning as he greets you and welcomes you all. The high priest looks. Are you certain that you have retrieved and gathered all the supplies that you feel are going to be necessary to undertake this most dangerous and difficult, to be sure, mission?
We certainly hope so.
And so do we. As he looks all around, he takes note of Burly Bear and says, are you certain you wish to take this with you? I don't know that he will be able to assist you or join you should you have to enter into the domain of the volcano itself. Although I'm sure there are plenty of woods and surrounding swampland for him to forage in while you are exploring and searching for the artifacts.
I offer to have Burly Bear hang out with my horse.
Well, I'm planning on taking him, DM.
That's fine with me. I'm just saying.
He can't swim very good in lava.
Neither can any of you guys.
Well, no, though that'd be a good idea. Bring him. We might get hungry.
There you go. He's a living, breathing package of beef, or not beef, protein.
Refrigerator.
Yep. All right. Wonder if I have.
Is he magically summoned, or is he like a real beast?
No, he's the real deal.
Okay.
All right. As you all gathering your supplies, you are escorted into the center of the circle. Immediately, the member of the Magi's Guild begins chanting and begins reciting the arcane words. As he repeats the phrase, it begins to get louder and louder, and you watch as suddenly this sort of a distorted look in the air as you're seeing everything around you. It's almost like everything in the room is just a bit off, and it sort of twists sideways, and those gathered in the room outside of the circle, you see their faces become sort of elongated and twisted as this energy begins to crackle and spin up off of the circle itself. Almost instantaneously, there is a bright flash as the circle itself becomes a complete column of light that shoots straight up into the ceiling. You feel a wave of nausea sweep over you, very similar to the effect that you guys had when you were leaving the county and the Duchy of Geoff, having successfully investigated what was going on in that region, and they zapped you over to Greyhawk. A very similar feeling overtakes you. The next thing you know, you guys hear the barking of dogs and the laughing of children as you find yourselves. Of course not. Why is it not? Of course my map is blank. Why? Because it tells me I did something stupid. So let me go here. It's weird when I create these maps and I say I don't want any lighting or anything on there, and then suddenly it's like poof. You guys find yourselves on the outskirts of a small town. Several roads running into it. It's sort of a little hilly area. Think of it almost like a Hobbitville. But there are fenced-in areas, and there's like roads running through the center of town. But it is, in fact, a small town. Immediately to your north, you can see that there is this flaming volcano, probably maybe not even 10 miles to your north. But looking at it, you can almost hear the rumblings of you can almost hear the rumbling of the volcano as I show you on the map where you guys are. You can't see the canyon from where you're at, but you can see this, as I said, this lonesome volcano peaking hundreds of feet up into the air, this steady plume of steam just oozing out of it, forming vast billowing clouds that eventually dissipate because they're not really clouds, they're more moisture. There is a lowlands around it, as you can see, a huge swampy forest kind of all around the edges at the base of this particular locale, just because the sheer moisture being given off constantly from this volcano, constantly steaming, and I don't say erupting, but erupting in steam, billowing clouds coming up off of it, the moisture then or the steam then condensing back into a moisture that sort of drops, and not really a rain, but just sort of this wet little splatter that sort of coats the land all around it. It's been doing so for hundreds and hundreds of years, thousands of years. But that, you know, is your ultimate destination. And from where you're at, you would probably end up leaving this town from the north. But it is, when you guys arrive, it is about almost 6 o'clock at night, as you can see the sun beginning to set in the western lands. There are lights on. There are taverns and apparently inns available in this place. So,
All right. One last night of drinking before we attack.
anything
Might
It
be
is better
good.
to.
Might be good to gather some knowledge here too.
I hate traveling with that by that spell.
Okay, so I'm looking to see if it had anything. Yep. So as you guys move your way into town, you can see, it's, I don't want to say it's huge. Why is this not working for you? Oh, that's why. You move into town, as I said, you see a couple of inns. There are taverns and whatnot that are open. The first place that you actually see on the right-hand side as you're entering in town is a place known as the Swamp Side Inn. And it probably makes sense on why it was named thusly, because along that side of town you could see that it is rather mushy swampland that runs toward the north. As I said, to the north you can see the volcano White Plume Mountain. That's the first one you see. If you want to go in, I suppose we could probably find other places.
Somehow, sleeping next to a swamp is not my idea of comfort.
Well, I mean, you're basically in town, so I guess it's more or less. The town itself is essentially on the swamps, because just to the north is where the swampy wetlands begin. But
It's a nicer place.
okay. So moving yourself toward the center of town, you pass by Black Rock Tavern, which doesn't look like it's necessarily a place to stay, but a rather boisterous location, as it is overfilled with folks coming in, coming out, the music and whatnot going on the inside.
Sounds like my kind of place.
Yep. On the other side of town, as you move through, you can see that there is another smaller inn. It's not quite as big as the swamp side. A little bit smaller, single story, but it's a little bit like longer width-wise. All of the apparent rooms, the doors you can see, are on the first floor, and there is a small, what looks to be a kitchen or eatery or something attached to the one end of it, right? So it looks like it used to be two structures that were combined into one to make it sort of an inn with a small breakfast area or dinner area with which to eat, known as Etton's Travels. And so this little inn right here that you guys can see is another one in there. There may be others in town, but would probably take you a while to.
Well, I'm gonna have to go in and check it out.
Okay. Stepping inside, again, it's a single-story place. As you step into the attached building, where is apparently some sort of a cafe, if you will, or whatever, a common room. You step in, you can see there's probably a half a dozen folks in here having an evening meal. There's a couple servers, an old portly lady, big red cheeks, flaming red hair, tied up in a bun, comes shuffling your way. So, come in, have a seat, everybody here. So what are you wishing to have? Are you visiting? You wish a room, or you just wish to eat?
I may want a room, I may want to eat. I would like to know more about your establishment.
Well, we are Etton's Travels, as you can see. And she sort of points over, and you can see up on the wall is two heads of a large ogre-looking creature, and they're just look like they're stuffed, and they're stuck up on the wall on a large shelf. And she's like, Boris, when he went into the swamps, and the Etton attacked him, and he took it down. And so we thought it would be great name for this place. My husband Boris, she sort of makes a symbol to whatever deity. She says, may he be resting in the arms of our God. But we have been here for perhaps 15 years now, and so we are the best food in town. Give you best reasonable rate of anybody. And as you sort of look around, Very common. Very. I mean, it's nothing. You've lived the high life in Greyhawk, so you guys know
I've
what
lived
like
a
the
different life too. So
yeah. And so but you guys also know what the
Yeah.
normal common. Everything. She like tin plates and forks and silverware. Nothing fancy. Metal
Yeah.
mugs or wooden mugs and whatnot. Looks
yeah.
like what's being served.
Okay.
But the place looks clean. It looks dry.
Does the food smell here?
Yeah, it doesn't look bad. Looks like they got like mutton and large potatoes and other such things that may be grown in this area. But yeah, so I would imagine that you're probably getting your bang for the buck here, although it is a little lower end than some of the places that you guys have been to before, but not too shabby.
Well, Ronnie does like the finer things in life.
Can the swamp
Did we
place-
attract any attention as we came into town?
No, didn't look like it. There were people sort of gazing, probably more than anything at the fact that there's this big ass bear walking around with you guys. But obviously, druidic folk are not uncommon, so I imagine they sort of that or travelers or adventurers.
I mean, we're
Right.
all on to a team. So
Yep, and the adventurers, I am quite sure they've seen their fair share of folks coming through here just for the fact that how close you guys are to a rather prominent location and or prominent draw for adventurers. So yeah.
Then the swamp place look fancier or not?
I mean, it was larger, more well lit. Looked like more people were there. It was a 2-story place with an attached barn.
Gotcha.
This place doesn't have any kind of a stable or anything attached to it. It's just sort of an eatery, hostel, if you will. So it just depends on what you're looking for and whatnot.
Yeah.
So.
Well, yeah.
This place looks good enough for what we need for the night.
Yeah. I'm looking for something too unobtrusive.
Yeah,
So,
no, this is definitely like under the radar, unobtrusive, if you will. So not a lot. Not a
And
lot
they
of
got
folks
large potatoes.
and they got large potatoes.
See if I can get us a table then. And,
Okay. Easy enough. Plenty of room for everybody to come in and sit down. She does look at Ronnie and then looks down at Burley and says, "I am sorry, but if you wish for your bear, he is going to have to eat around the back of the kitchen. He is not in here. We do not allow animals to run wild in our kitchens. I am sorry."
Well,
We don't serve your kind here.
I'm gonna.
Yeah.
You knew that was coming, right?
I'm gonna show her how well trained Burley is as he sits down, shakes hands, juggles, can dance and do twirlies on his hind feet. I mean, now are you sure
Give me a 20-sided die roll, sir. With a against your charisma. Just give me a charisma check. So she sort of raises her eyebrow at you. If he gets out of line, I know where I am going to get my next blanket from.
All right, I'm like, yes, ma'am. I totally understand.
when I inquire about the room,
Yes,
I
you wish-
secretly slip her 5 gold to help with the bear situation.
correct. As she's
Wait till
like,
you see Mrs. Carlson.
she's like, she just kind of looks down. She's flabbergasted. Girls, take care of my friends. They are new in town. We must make sure that they need the best of service. And she runs back to the kitchen and begins screaming at the cook to get 6 hot plates, a 7th if the bear wants something. Whatever the bear wants, the bear gets.
I sit back, kick up my feet.
So the food is reasonable. For a silver piece per person, you guys are able to get a room for the night as well as an evening meal. And so, like I said, very, very reasonable prices. As dinner time begins to settle in, they actually even have an entertainer. As a young girl comes in and begins blowing the bagpipes. And she's not the greatest, but she is, I guess, for lack of a better, she is entertaining to say the least. Yep. As she begins wailing on the bagpipes, as Burley lets out a groan and a snort and tries to cover his ears, pawing at his ears like there's like a bee or something flew into his ear, and he's scratching at it and swiping at it. The crowd actually gets a little larger, and before the sun has been completely set, as you guys are relaxing, the rooms are full, or the room is full of folks, and another 2 servers arrive along with a barkeep to help keep mugs and drinks and food flowing. This isn't a tavern proper, but they do have a small bar where they can fix drinks from and stuff like that. And so a lot of folks have drinks with their dinner, but it's not, like I said, a proper tavern. Most of the folks, as you guys look around, appear to be farmer or maybe small merchants coming here for their dinner on the evening, as opposed to cooking at home.
Less bar fights. I wish for that.
Yeah, definitely less bar fights. An interesting crowd. Different from the Greyhawk folks that you have dealt with. The clothing is a little bit different as you guys are in the Shield Lands. These folks are a little closer to where the lands of Ayus overran them, and it looks like they're starting to put the pieces back together as the Knights of the Holy Shielding and the troops coming from the south in Friandi and whatnot came up and sort of pushed Ayus back into his proper place over the past couple of years after the war ended. Slowly but surely the lands were getting retaken and forcing Ayus back, but this place was overrun with those kind of denizens from Ayus's army and stuff. But so you can see that, you know, the town itself, while a little bit ragtag, is established itself fairly well, but it's a beginning. But it's quiet, it's comfortable, it's cozy, it's dry. The weather is actually fairly nice. As I said, when you guys left, it was a relatively clear day, temperatures in the mid 60s, and so it is a very soothing and calming atmosphere as you guys take in your surroundings. Anything particular that we want to do before we?
I want to listen to stories about the White Plume and inquire about any who have gone there or any who have not returned. As
you mentioned, the mountain, as they call it, they all give the symbol of "shut up, don't say that out loud." You know, it's like saying Beetlejuice too many times.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. Knew that was
as this old fellow comes sort of creaking his way over to you. He is shaggy. His clothes are baggy on him, like his clothes are small, but he's even smaller. He's like, wafer thin, like one of those folks that you see that has a eating disorder or something, right? He's just so thin and emaciated. His face is all scraggly with a beard, and he comes up and he tilts his head up so the brim of his hat sort of comes up, and then as you look in his face, you see he's only got one eye. He doesn't even have anything covering his other eye. It's just an eye socket. As he just sort of looks at you, he goes, "You guys going to the mountain, eh? You're seeking your death for a purpose, or is this because you think it's going to be fun? Nobody who goes to the mountain ever comes back. I have lived here for going on 70 years, and I've never seen any persons coming back from the mountain.
So I advise you, find the way that you got here and turn and go back.
I like this man.
And he just sort of smiles, a cracked tooth sort of smile. He's got a couple of missing teeth, but nothing too badly. But he's
Thanks.
just sort of...
Have a nice day.
Okay. As he sort of goes to shuffle on by you. Taking a seat near the bar as one of the bartenders brings him an ale that he begins to chuck down, and he starts tapping his foot and slapping his knee, completely out of time with the bard trying to play the music. And so he's just all 3 sheets in the wind, man, just completely out of sync with everything. But he's laughing and giggling and apparently enjoying his own self. Doesn't appear to be too many people talking that you can hear.
Okay.
Yeah, there's not a lot of like the girl that's playing the music isn't like singing songs or tales. She's just playing music. Folks are just enjoying their evening dinner. It doesn't appear as if they're like discussing anything that may or may not relate. Most of the stuff that you overhear people talking about are the farms, how the farm crops are doing, how business is doing, how's the refurbishing of your shop going. Oh, I heard so-and-so is getting married, who'd they meet or how they doing or where they going to live. Are they going to stay with you or go live with her parent? Stuff like that, right? So, but nothing that really relates to the mountain. That being said, I mean, if there's nothing going on here right now, that would make sense, right? Nobody's attacked the town. Nobody's seen Ayu's army on the march again or anything like that. So more than likely it's going to be asking questions or stuff like that that's going to get you the answers that you're looking for.
Well, Liam, I'd like to send that guy a drink.
So that crazy guy just warned us not to go to the mountain and to leave. He didn't say anything else.
No, he did not. He just saw you guys, recognized that you were adventurers of some sort.
Yeah.
Assumed that's why you were there.
Yeah.
And then went about his business when you told him to have a nice day. And so a few minutes later, he yells, "Good friends! Thank you!" And he goes back to slapping his knee out of time and slurping down another ale. Courtesy of Ronnie. For 1 copper piece, by the way, Ronnie.
All right.
Which is a 1/20th of an acorn. So.
I might have some copper. I did have a few coins on my sheet.
All right. Okay.
So anyway, but people are looking, right? They notice you, and you do hear whispers, wonder why they're here, think they're going to the mountain, stuff like that. But nothing like about the mountain, just more about you guys and what you're here and stuff like that. Obviously, some of the folks are a little concerned or a little edgy because nobody likes to see a druid packing his weapons openly. In a place of business, right? So Ronnie's got his 6-shooter at his side, sitting down there.
No doubt about it.
So anyway, but that's sort of the environment that you guys are in right now.
I will ask the girl if she can do more than just playing the bagpipes. If she knows any songs about the mountain or anything, or tales about the area.
And she looks and she goes, I can tell you the story of Caraptus if you're wishing.
I hand her a whole piece. Come and tell my friends and I.
We're going to get mugged.
I'm not worried about it.
Yep, exactly. Sure. So, she comes out. Oh, by the way, is my camera still running? I hope. I was just gonna say, I have something here that I have. This has never been out of the box. By the way, so the 25th anniversary box that TSR put out way back when, and they had printed copies of Two Mahors and some other adventures. This was one of them that was in there. Don't know. Can you see that? It doesn't.
Now I can see it.
It's weird that it's like off to the side. It's like it doesn't.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
not. It's not focusing. But this has never been out of the box. This is a official copy for the 25th anniversary edition. That it's of White Plume Mountain. And
You raffling that off, DM?
no. No, sir, I am not. As a matter of fact,
I'll buy it.
I'm sure you would. I've got this one. It came with this one in White Plume Mountain, and it also came with the GDQ series, but it didn't have it didn't have Queen of Demon Web in it, but it had the G1 to 3. Anyway, so the girl. So the girl begins to tell about the story of Caraptus and the mountain. Let me see. I actually think I have some notes in here.
How is the crowd reacting to this?
So no, they're fine. I mean, they're all just sort of what's the word I'm looking for? Listening to her kind of sing and whatnot. They've all heard the stories and whatnot, so I don't think they've been too much about it. And she begins to tell the tale. Now, I am not going to sing any of this. You know, Paul, if you follow along here, someday, eventually, when our party's all grown up, they're going to go through the GDQ series because that's like my favorite series of all time. Probably one of. So, yeah, Lando's been running his group through it. So, yeah, it's one of my. I mean, I have a lot of favorites, but yeah, that's definitely as far as series wise. So, anyway, she begins to weave this story about this ancient wizard, and she goes. I'm going to actually turn the music off here just so we don't get sidetracked. Well over a millennium ago, the wizard Caraptus rose to power in the valleys of the northern mountains, bringing the local warlords under his thumb with gruesome threats that were fulfilled just often enough to keep the leaders in line. Under Caraptus' overlordship, the influx of rapacious monsters and raids from the wild mountains decreased markedly, dwindled, and then almost stopped. Seeing this, the populace did not put up much resistance to paying Caraptus rather heavy taxes and tithes, especially when the stories of what happened to those who balked were circulated. Those lords who protested disappeared in the night and were replaced the next day in the line of succession, who was usually inclined to be more tractable than their predecessor. Gradually, all his dissension was stilled, the taxes and levies became even more burdensome, and eventually the wizard was taking a large piece of everything that was grown, made, or sold in the valleys, including the newborn young of livestock. Around this time, there began numerous reports in the land of sudden madness, demonic possessions, and sightings of apparitions and undead. Furthermore, monstrous incursions into the settled lands began to increase as raiding parties of humanoids burnt whole villages and evil and fantastic monsters appeared from nowhere to prey upon the harried peasants. At the height of these outrages came Caraptus tax collectors with word of a new levy. 1/3 of all newborn children were henceforth to be turned over to the wizard. As one, the people arose and destroyed the sorcerer's hierarchy and marched on his keep. There, led by a powerful and good cleric and his ranger acolytes, they destroyed Caraptus' minions. The great wizard barely managed to escape to the south, accompanied only by his personal bodyguard company of deranged and fanatical evil gnomes. Caraptus fled to the cities of the south and west. Wherever he went, he found his reputation preceded him, and he was unable to stay anywhere for long. Once again retiring north, he came to the shores of the Lake of Unknown Depths, i.e. the Near Div, for those that know, where he heard the haunted tales of White Plume Mountain. Investigating further, he at last found the refuge he was looking for in the tangled maze of volcanic tunnels beneath the cone. He and his gnomes vanished into the shadows of the plume, and humankind heard of no more of the evil wizard. That was almost 1,300 years before the present day. Now, seemingly, the hand of Caraptus is once again interfering in human affairs. If it is in truth the ancient wizard at work here, he must be thwarted before his power grows once more. And so that's essentially the tale that she tells. And before I forget, I completely brain cramped this one, but as you guys were getting ready to leave Greyhawk, the priests of Bokab gave you guys a note that he says was delivered to each one of the to the owners of the artifacts stolen allegedly by Caraptus. And this is what it says. You guys can actually read it yourselves. I'm going to change the ownership so that you guys can at least observe. So if you go to the journal in the notes, you'll see it in there. It says, "Search ye far or search ye near, you'll find no trace of the three unless you follow instructions clear, for the weapons abide with me. North past forest, farm, and furrow you must go to the feathered mound. Then down away from the sun you'll burrow, forget life, forget light, forget sound. To rescue wave you must do battle with the beast in the boiling bubble. Crossed cavern vast where chain links rattle, lies whelm past water spouts double. Black razor yet remains to be won underneath inverted ziggurat. That garnered, think not you're done, for now you'll find you're caught. I care not, former owners brave, what heroes you seek to hire. Though mighty, I'll make each one my slave, or send him to the fire." Or her. I guess he was being a little sexist like that, but you know.
That sexist bigot.
So, that being said, as you guys, and you can read that anytime you want to. Again, I put it up underneath the journal. If you don't know, you go click journal. Under journal entries, you see one now. Why is it not there? Did I not give it to every? Let me go to this again. Maybe it only gave the configure ownership. All players are observers. Boom. Now there's one for White Plume Mountain. And if you click on the White Plume Mountain, you'll see Caraptus note, and then you can read it. So anytime you want to read it, it is there available for you now. So she sings this sort of tale of Caraptus, the evil wizard who started out all benevolent and helping people, and as time went on, he levied more and more taxes. Evil creatures began raiding through the lands once again, and when all was said down to it, he started claiming 1/3 of all the newborn children were to be given to him for whatever nefarious reason nobody knows. But the people said, heck no, we won't go, and threw him down. But here we are back again with Caraptus' name on everybody's lips. And it's a good tune. I mean, she's pretty good. Again, she's not the greatest, but trying to sing while playing bagpipes usually doesn't work really well. But she does keep time the best she can, although your drunken companion who you're feeding alcohol to sort of throws things out of kilter as he's completely out of whack in his time. But what she's done, people clap and whatnot, and as they're clapping, they're kind of looking at you like, hey, you know, now you see what you're getting into, now you're going to leave. Rooms, by the way, are 1 silver piece per person. If you didn't already pay it, please pay it. They're individual rooms, by the way. There are no double rooms. Okay.
Okay, so, what are these rooms? Okay, we go to the room. I go to my room. What does it look like?
It's like a Motel 6. You walk in. It's got a bed. It's got a end table. It's got a footlocker to put stuff in. It has a lantern. No fireplace, but it's pretty cozy. There is actually, it's not a fireplace per se, but there's a place where it has a little bowl to put coals on top of to get the coals burning, to sort of give a warmth to the room, but they don't have a fireplace. Thick wool blankets, etc. Yes, every room has its own little window. Looks right out front, literally like a Motel 6, man. Not even a Motel 6. It's one of those pay by the hour motels, right, that you see in some towns. It's like one of those. So.
Okay. Is the window shuttered or secure? Is able to be secured?
It has shutters. You can shutter it from the inside as well as heavy curtains that hang over.
Yeah, I'll set a trap on my door and my window.
Okay.
And
I'll be setting wyvern watch on mine.
put my blinds nearby me in bed, and yeah. All right.
Well, I was just saying, you guys didn't necessarily have to go to bed now. I mean, it's only like 9
No.
o'clock, but.
Oh yeah, I want to listen to tales.
Yeah. And most of the tales that she, sort of getting her kicked off with the story of Caraptus sort of gets things going. And soon she's sort of reciting tales more in a rhyming type of a way as a poet would do, as opposed to somebody that's trying to play music and sing because she can't sing while playing because of the bagpipes, obviously. And so, and most of the tales that she regales you with revolve around the recent war, IUs kind of sweeping over land, and how the heroic knights of the Holy Shielding came roaring back with the men from the south, driving them back to their evil places, or the evil place to the north and to the west. So most of the tales tend to revolve around that. Great battles that happen here, demons against the men, the men always victorious, of course. There's never any story where the men aren't victorious, but that goes on for a couple hours. But definitely entertaining if nothing else, but doesn't really give you any information about what to expect at the mountain, or, even where to go when you get to the mountain. All you know is that there's this volcano there that's giving off a constant plume of smoke. And you hear it called the Feathered Mound several times. And it's called the Feathered Mound because it looks like a plume feather coming off of a hat. That's how big the plume of steam coming off is, and it's constant. It's a constant. The only thing that changes is the direction the wind blows it. You know what I mean? So.
And down away from the sun you'll burrow.
Which apparently means you're going to have to go down inside the volcano somehow, some way. Have to find a way in.
Uh-oh. We didn't bring any shovels. We didn't bring no shovels.
Who
I mean,
wants
there
to
might
go?
be-
Who wants to go to that other tavern? Check it out. Get a drink.
I mean, there might be a hidden way or something into it.
Right. It would be probably it'd probably be a good idea for somebody to go over there just to listen to the crowd.
Ronnie will go with you. I'll leave Burley up in the room.
Sounds
Okay.
good, Ronnie. Let's do it.
Don't pick a fight, though.
Not yet. And there's no violation of the don't split the party rule, right? Not in town.
Exactly. I don't know. Is there? Who knows?
Is there?
These guys could all work for Caraptus. Who knows? Which would suck. So, moving your way back over to the swamp, as you want to call it. This place is still kind of rocking. Inside, you see that there are it's not really just a bar. There's a performing troupe in there. There's a couple of tambouriners. There's somebody beating on a small drum, and there's somebody playing the lute, and they're all just regaling songs of, the ancient days, and the days the elves came, and the great migrations across the land. As you guys sort of step in, folks look up and then look right back away, as if seeing your kind here is a normal sort of a thing. Obviously, adventurers are always coming in and out of this place just for the mere locale. But yeah, so this place is obviously much, much busier. There's probably two to 3 dozen folks packed in this place, along with the servers and the performers and whatnot. And they're just having at it, and they're all just sort of slapping themselves and having a good time. Good mix of folks, mostly human, a few demi-human in the form of a gnome and a dwarf. You do manage to see one elf, but the most are again human. So yeah, anything particular we're looking for? What we're doing?
Drinks.
All right, so drinks are going to be for ale is 2 copper. For anything harder like wine or hard alcohol is a silver piece. If you want something super fine, you can go up as high as 2 gold pieces for some of the best elven drinks that they've got. So they have some high-end elven liqueur.
Stick with ale.
Okay. All right. So
How about you, Ronnie?
Yeah, Ronnie's not a big drinker for sure.
Honey meat.
Okay.
So I'm going to go over to the gnome.
Okay. As he's sort of talking to his friends,
And then you should have seen it. He turned around, didn't even see me, and he swung at us. Hit him right in the shin. And when he came down, I punched him in his face. He'll never say anything about my mother again, I swear.
and he looks, excuse me, do I know you?
No, not
Why
yet.
are you-
but
why-
I'm going to buy you a drink.
Friends, I would like you to meet my newest friend.
And he points his hand to you like,
Sit down with my
Hey.
ale.
points his hand to you and kind of my newest friend.
So
That's
are
your
you
cue for your name, my newest friend,
Reese?
Johnson.
Reese. Well, it's good to me. It's about time you got here because my mug was getting a little bit
empty. And he sort of turns it and this little drop sort of falls out of it.
Well, we'll take
So-
care of that.
So where do I know you from again, Reese? I don't remember.
Sure, we were drinking together somewhere.
Oh, well, somewhere's as good a place to drink as any.
That's right.
And
So what
he,
brings you to
I live here. Why would I not?
Yellow Reach? So you're a native.
Well, yeah, well, right. We work some of the quarries over near the swamp. We work quarries to get in stone. There's where a lot of rebuilding has to go on after the old one did his number on the region. So I'm Berkeley Copperpot. Good to meet you.
Good to
As
meet you, Berkeley.
as he sort of waits patiently for his ale, and when it arrives, he like grabs it with 2 hands and
Okay.
So why are you here? I haven't seen you in a long time, Rice.
No, I haven't. Just doing a little exploring, you know.
Oh, you're an explorer. You have the inquisitive mind. I've never been much inquisitive myself. I'm more like a rockhead. I work the rock.
So you never dared go up to the mountain?
No, never wanted to kill myself. Nope, never have. Nope.
Why do you say that? Why do you
Because
say?
have you ever been to the mountain? Yeah, you know who used to live up there, right?
No.
Grappy. Who used to live in there. If you can live
Grappy?
in, yeah. I'm not gonna say his real name because they say if you say his real name, he could hear you, and the next thing you know, he will spirit you and everybody you know away.
It's short
and eat
for
your soul.
Yeah. Okay. But he's dead, right? He's gone.
Oh, you know, I hear I'm not a spell slinger in any way, shape, or form. I just want everybody to know that I've never dabbled in arts at all.
Oh,
But
that's too bad.
But they say they say that certain wizards get powerful enough that they can live forever, and they make you think they're dead, and the next thing you know, they're sucking your soul out of your body and using it for some other evil wizard thing. And so,
Oh, like a lich.
oh, jeez. Oh. As everybody's like, and the music gets low and everybody turns, and then they all sort of make the sign of the anti-whatever, and then the music slowly comes back up, and he's like, shush, look.
A toast to eliminating all vile undead.
Yes, as they're all throwing back their ale. But yeah, sure, you shouldn't go there, because you know there's caves and stuff all around the place, and you could probably get in through somewhere, but those caves were made by the lava coming out. So yeah, I would just stick to not going there at all, and then you and I can have drinks again tomorrow. What do you say?
Well, I have to indulge my curiosity.
Mm.
And that of my friend Druid here.
As he looks, hello, Fred Druid. I'm Berkeley Copperpot. It is good to meet you.
Hello, Mr. Copperpot.
Have
Thank
you
you for all that information.
Have you traveled with Rice a lot?
Oh, a fair measure.
You know why we call him Rice, don't you? Because he's pasty white.
Well, that's all right.
So, are you here to go there for real? Because you have the look of someone that travels around a lot, and I would never want to presume that you have a death wish. But if you were to have this unnatural attractions for your own demise, are you really going there for real?
Well, I have a place secured around the Great Oak, so if I was to experience a demise here, I know that I would have a great place around the Great Oak. So I am maximizing my talents.
There you go.
Give me a once again, give me a charisma check, Ronnie and or Reese, please.
Or?
Just a charisma check.
Well, it looks like he made it.
Oh, easily. As he sort of looks over, I like you, Druid. So I'm going to give you just a teeny tiny, didn't hear this from me.
Oh, no, of course not.
They say that there is a cave toward the top of the cone that will let you into the volcano safely. If you try to go around the bottoms and stuff, those cracks and fissures don't go anywhere, and they just blow steam and they will melt your face. So
that's good information.
Yes, it is. So Copperplate, anyone come through here recently? Anyone else saying they're going to said mountain?
No.
Any other fools?
Probably like twice a year, somebody comes through here and says they're going, and they find out about the Wizard's Mouth, and they go to the Wizard's Mouth, and then they're never seen again. So,
So are we the first or the second this year?
Well, you would probably be the third, I think, this year that I know that has gone in search of Caraptus's treasures.
Oh, you said his name.
Shh, I did not. No,
I thought you called him Crappy.
You did not hear me say that.
No,
but yes, the Wizard's Mouth is the only known entrance that I've ever heard of. But there may be
there
others.
are other lava tubes around that might.
Quite possibly. Quite possibly.
So do you know that dwarf over there?
No.
No. Is he
No.
from? He's not a native.
He's probably up here. He does, but I don't know him personally. I don't know everybody. This is a pretty big little town. I don't know everybody.
But he's not a rock hound like you are.
No. I mean, there's a few of us around here that are, but he is not.
Think we ought to go talk to him, huh, Ronnie?
Well, we might as well. Can't hurt.
Yeah. All right. Well, Copper Plate, thank you very much. You've been an inspiration.
I get that a lot from people.
And I will take your warnings into my decisions.
Okay. So as you guys are done talking to Berkeley, Copper Plate, as you call him, and you head over toward the dwarf, you said?
Mm-hmm.
And we are going to, I'm taking some notes just to make sure I don't forget people's names. As I make them up on the fly, then I ended up forgetting them. So
Right. I know how that works.
So, however, we are going to take a quick break as our party tries to get themselves a little bit more information about where they're going or what they're doing. And we will pop over. Ooh, man, I got something in my eye and it just won't go away. But we're going to pop over and we'll be listening to the smooth, silky sounds of our very own monkey boogers. Hopefully you guys will be back with us when we come back as they try to figure out where they're going to go or what they're going to do next. But in the meantime, appreciate you guys hanging out with us. We will be back in a few.
John, you still there?
I'm here.
Who is Cannibal?
Troy Cannibal.
Cannibal.
That is Troy. He is one of our. He's a really, really big supporter of all the Greyhawk streams.
Oh.
He also does. He's been doing a lot of great. That's what I'm looking for. He's actually doing a map of like Greyhawk, the world of Greyhawk waterways and stuff. I think it was. And
nice.
He was doing an online PDF booklet. Not sure where that's at as far as getting all that stuff done because it's. I used to go to the Cannon Fire channel almost every night, all the time. I get so busy and I just never have time, man. And like every once in a while, I'll pop in the channel to see what's going on. But yeah, he's a very big big supporter of all the streams. He's probably the biggest supporter of our stream.
Wow. Well, he gifted me a tier 1 subscription.
Nice.
1 month to Agora class.
Nice.
I assume that the button on Twitch down in the lower right that says continue sub will activate that.
No, that actually is already activated.
Oh.
So it's as soon as they gift it. I didn't even see. Did Troy gifts? When was he here, man? I didn't even see him come.
He probably did it. He probably is reading in a private message.
Okay, maybe.
Yeah, it was a notification. Yeah, and it was 14 days ago.
Okay. Oh, okay. So yeah. So 2 weeks ago, what happened is Troy came in and dropped like 5 subs on the channel, and so you were just happening to be one of them. So that's where it came from. I was just looking out in the channel. Said I see Asher out there. I saw looks like Paul's out there. It's like, man, all these guys out there I didn't even see. And like I said, I get so caught up in what I'm doing as a DM, I never pay attention to the chat channel. So I do apologize.
So what can I do with a sub?
So really, it doesn't do that much more as far as our channel does. A lot of the channels will have special, like on
guaranteed fresh. Our refrigerated
on
trucks
our
and professional
Discord
drivers
channel.
will bring everything you
Originally,
need,
when I
from
was
the
setting all
store
this up,
to your
if you were
door.
a subscriber, you had your
Kroger,
own special
fresh for
chat room you
everyone.
could go to,
Be sure
your
to
own
enjoy
special voice chat,
$25
your own
off your
special
first 2 Kroger
thread
delivery
and
orders
stuff you
with
could
your
get
digital
into.
coupon.
But
$35
as
minimum.
a
Restrictions apply.
follower
See
of the
site for
stream or as a
details.
subscriber to the stream, while you're like watching the stream or
Shopify
interacting,
helps
whatever,
you sell at every
you
stage of your
earn
business.
chat
Like
points
that,
faster,
let's
so
put it
you can
online
trade
and
those
see
chat
what
points in
happens
to do
stage.
like
And the site is live.
That
grant
we opened a
nat
store
ones and
and
nat
made a
20s
fast
to
checkout
players and
stage.
stuff like that, right? So
You're all
it's
set
not
for
as
that
big
chop
of a
it up
thing
and ship it around the
for
globe stage.
This one's going to
And that wait, did we
players
just hit a
in the
million
game, because you
orders
guys get a lot of the
stage?
benefits already
Whatever
just
your
by
stage,
being a
business
member
is
of the
Grow
the
with
crew.
Shopify. Sign up
I
for
already
your
grant you
$1
all the
month
permissions
trial
and
at
stuff in Discord and all that stuff.
shopify.com/SoundCloud.
So, but the biggest thing is Troy dropping those 5 subscriptions on. Well, for one, you get additional. There's some tokens that you can use. Like I have special icons that I created just for the stream. Like all my dwarf-looking ones out there. So some of the ones that I'll post out here. I got some animated ones that are in there. Anyway, there's like specific ones you're not able to use. So whenever you go to other channels, if you want to post an icon like Good Game or Hype or the Love button or whatever, you can use our icons, so it'll show up in your availability on other streams if you want to post it in their chat, stuff like that. But like I said, when Troy donates, each stream is, it's $5, right? Each person he donates to is $5. So it's a total of $25-$30, and we get half that donated to the channel. So Twitch takes half, we get half. And then once we get over a certain amount of money, Twitch will send a deposit to my account, and I use that to turn around and pay for like a lot of the maps and a lot of the hosting, right? It's like $8 a month or whatever to host the channel on Forge. I got some Patreons that I subscribe to give me content to help for the games and stuff. So yeah, so it's all kind of intertwined. So, but anyway, that's essentially what the big it is.
Thank you for clarifying that, because I had no idea what that was about.
Yeah, no, and then the reason it says continue, that just means you would end up paying on your own, right? It's like $5 or $6 or whatever it is for a month subscription. So.
Okay.
So.
All right, I understand now. Thank you.
Yep. Anyway, I'm gonna go get a snack.
Yeah, I'm sorry to take half your break.
No, dude, no, not at all. No, I wasn't really going anywhere.
Now pull my finger.
That's it. We just lost our wizard. Thanks, dude. That's what I said, man. Living with third graders. Appreciate y'all hanging out with us, man. Hope you'll be back when we get back.
Listening to the smooth, silky sounds of our very own monkey boogers.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, look at that. Definitely is a level 5 on Discord now. Woo-hoo.
I'm not even sure what that means.
It just means that that's how active you are. That's how many messages and things you have posted over the time that you've been on Discord. So you've made it to level 5. So
Okay, great.
however many that means, I don't know.
I don't know either. But well, I'm glad to see that I'm helping out, I guess.
You're making progress. Did I just hear a sneeze and somebody covered it up? Don't do that. You could, like, blow your brains out.
I could only be so lucky. I'm assuming that the two our two party members, when they sober up, will tell us about all that stuff. right?
Probably not. Probably not. Druid's rather forgetful.
Okay.
I don't know. That's
Neither
totally
do
up to
I.
them. And it's totally up to them. I have always said it's all the way up to the players and what they want to do.
If you travel, you know how to pull off a perfect getaway.
We'll be back in 1
You know,
minute.
after you enroll with your Delta SkyMiles Platinum American Express card, you get up to $10 back monthly on U.S. rideshare purchases with select
Did the,
providers,
did the
like
other
a car
guy-
to the airport. You know which remote retreats have the best herbal baths.
Do a decent
And
played
where the Wi-Fi
Baron
password
before
is
me. Do a decent
rarely
job with
used.
him.
Because you're the escape
I didn't really
artist.
play that
That's
much.
why you're a Delta SkyMiles Platinum
I played
American
like
Express
maybe
card
2 or
member. If you
maybe
travel,
3
you
sessions, I
know.
think, and
Terms
then he
apply.
just
Purchases must be on
couldn't
card.
continue.
Visit go.amex/you-know.
I love how you're playing, Baron.
Thank you.
I'm going to go ahead and come in now so we don't have to go through the whole song. I will wait for the players to get back. We still have about 60 seconds, give or take. So I'm going to go and see what we got going on in chat. Not a whole lot, but
I'm here.
He's got a lot of Baron's got a lot of that that high level magic using paranoia, which I like.
yeah, exactly. So we're just going to check and see who we got. Asher's out there, looks like. Agomarin's in the house. Oh, man. Okay, here we go. We got to start. I'll start loading these up. So let's go ahead and... Why is it not showing on my... You know, that really... It should have showed out, right? Or did it not show? Oh, never mind. I was looking at the wrong thing. I was like, why is it not doing a shout out? It's supposed to shout out. I'm going to shout out people, man. So let's start here. We're going to start with A-Man, Agomarin, probably one of our longest running supporters. He's been with us since almost the beginning, if not the beginning. Of course, I already shouted out Asher a little earlier, but we're going to do it again. And of course, you know you got Cardman out there. These guys are all our stock regulars coming in, checking us all out.
Well, I hope they're having a good time.
Oh yeah, I have no doubt they are. Why? Because I have the greatest first edition players that this channel has to offer. What you think about that?
I believe
Okay,
it.
it's the only group of first edition players I have for this channel, but that's beside the point.
Yeah, I was looking on Twitch to see if there were any other first edition games.
Well, there are actually a lot of first edition games and stuff that play. The big one is obviously Lord Gazumba, but off of Lord Gazumba's channel, a lot of times he'll have a Saturday game that's run by the mysterious Tim. He runs a really good Rovers of the Barrens game, I think it is. And you think old school killing people, that's the guy to watch, man. They have the 30 years of putting or 40 years of putting together these special crit tables and stuff like that. Yeah, it's no joke.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of that goes on.
Yeah, man. So I appreciate all you guys spending your time on Monday with us. Hopefully we can get these guys to go on where they need to go so we can officially really get into this, which I know why everybody is here. But as we return to Yellow Reach, a small farm town village that sits in the southern shadows of White Plume Mountain. To the north, you see the vast twisted forests as well as the swamplands surrounding the base of the mountain, because it's constantly giving off steam, which makes the entire region like a wet rainforest. And you guys
that was Bird's chance to say fart, DM.
As you guys
that's South Florida.
As you guys are just on the outskirts of it. But as we return to Ronnie Noblight and Reese sitting in the swamp, the edge of the swamp, or whatever we called it, tavern inn, in the common room, as you guys are enjoying the entertainment as provided by a small performing troupe with a drummer, a couple tambouriners, somebody playing the lute, etc.
But no dancing girl.
No. But you did meet Berkeley Copperpot, who told you about the witches, or the wizard's mouth, which is apparently a cave somewhere near the top of the volcano cone. Probably have to take trails or climb vertical sheer faces to get up to it that will allow you to climb into the volcano safely. Although they do say there are other cracks and crevices around the entirety. Would probably take you a few days to circumnavigate the entire base of the mountain, trying to find anything similar or a way in that way before climbing your way to the top of the cone. But that being said, are you guys going to continue staying here, or what are we going to do?
Yes, Ronnie. Let's go talk to the dwarf.
Might as well see DM.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's approach the dwarf.
Okay. As you guys walk through the small throng of folks, people kind of edging their way around you, looking up, looking around, seeing who you are, noting your gear. Couple whispers here and there, but nothing overt or anything like that. But eventually you find yourselves belly to face of a rather sizably bearded dwarf. He meets all the criteria of the term dwarf, as he is short, stocky, has thick black hair, has a beard that's braided in two braids that's got bones knitted in it that are tied at the ends with small little leather strips that sort of dangle over his belly. His hair behind him is pulled back into a ponytail that just sort of runs down the middle of his back. He's wearing normal clothing with a leather sort of vest on, and you can see that the front of his shirt as well as part of his vest is very worn and sooty, has like black streaks in it, like he's been rubbing up on soot for a while. As he looks and he goes, "So, you strangers in town for a while?"
Well met, Sir Dwarf.
I
am Reese, and you are known as?
I Delgid Battlehammer.
Of the Battlehammer clan.
Aye, you've heard of us.
I have. Not much, but I've heard nothing but good, brave deeds out of the Battlehammers.
Aye, we are the the best blacksmiths in the region. Not sure what you're talking about, hearing the best of the battle, but we formed the weapons and forged
Yes,
all the weapons for the
weapons.
armies. Aye.
Yes, the weapons are well known and renowned.
Uh-huh.
Are you a resident here, or are
Aye.
you moving through?
No, I'm a resident, been here most of my life. Well, I was mostly toward the north, but moved a little south after the wars, as you might understand.
Of
There's
course.
there's a certain someone that still has his beasties running around to the north. So, I'm not much one for wanting to get conflict with a demon, so I relocated me and my fam here, and I now run the local forages.
Oh, of course. But this, he's Crappy, I think they call him.
No, not that one. Nobody.
Not that one.
No, we're talking someone who's a little more present, not someone who's a little more 1,000 years ago. I'm talking about the old one. And he spits on the ground and stomps on it.
The old one, and I spit on the ground and stomp on it.
Yep. So that is actually a common phrase. The old one is what they call ayus. And a common phrase
Spitting
is
on the ground right now.
Yep. A common phrase is I spit on the old one. And so Ayus is obviously the demon lord that has his own little land just to the north that basically waged war on the entire planet not too long ago. So,
but he has nothing to do with the mountain.
Correct. Yeah, he has nothing to do with White Plume Mountain or anything.
Mm.
So,
well,
no,
I will let.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the dwarf is basically telling you that after the wars, Ayus had his army pushed back, but his army's still very prevalent, and all of his beasties are still prevalent up in the northern regions. So he moved his family out of there and came here to a little bit safer lands.
I see. And the presence of that mountain is not a threat?
Oh, I suppose if it were to explode, maybe. But it's been pissing in the wind like that for 1,000 years. So if it ain't going up by now, the gods aren't gonna make it go up now. But if it is, it's my time. But nah, I don't believe in ghosts, so I don't worry about the ghost stories they tell of that Crappy or whatever his name was.
I see. Yes. So, have you noticed anyone new passing through besides us? Maybe preceding us by a week or two?
Week or two? No, there's folk like yourselves as he looks you up and down. I'm assuming you're the adventuring type.
The explorer type, I prefer to call.
Explorer, adventurer, potato. But that being said,
they had good potatoes over at the.
You would not believe the size of the taters that come out of the ground here. It's like there's a magician sprinkling fairy dust on them, but I don't know. But they're so fucking big.
Maybe is there a druid in town?
No, not that I'm knowing of. Anyway, he goes back to, but anyways, there's, periodically, I mean, there's always the attraction. Folks want to chase those ghost stories I told you about. They're gonna go to the mountain to see. Folk got to see for themselves. Just can't take a good dwarf's word for it. They got to go see with their own eyes, and some come back, none come back actually. So. I would say
none come back. No one has ever.
I can say with certainty in the 4 years I've been here, I ain't never seen anybody go that direction saying that they're going. Now there's roads that go other places that go toward the mountain, but then they split and go other places. But folk would say they're going to the mountain. I've never seen any of them come back. That's not to say they died. It's just saying they never came back here, or if they did, I never saw them.
Right. Yeah, that's kind of what I maybe they went elsewhere. Maybe
See,
they
somebody
found a great treasure and
they got an
moved
eyeful.
on.
They got an eyeful and decided to hightail it out of there. Whatever.
Yeah.
None my
Okay.
business. None my business. So if they're
So,
not here having their weapons forged or shaped or sharpened or whatever, I got no business for them.
Right. Well, if my companions and I need any of your services, where would we find your shop?
Oh, you can't miss this. I'm like right over off the river, right over off the water. And he sort of points down south, toward the south edges of town. He goes,
Okay.
if you travel, it's like right off of the North Airdrie Road before it crosses the river. You can't miss us. There's a small little group of us over there, a couple forages, a couple Wainwrights and whatnot. We got some leather worker over there if you need any leather working done. So we got a few.
That'd be good to know.
Got a few of us in the crafty section of town. We don't like to come up on this side. We keep it down by the water because obviously we got to have the feeds for the fires and the forages and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. Are there any wizards in town?
Oh, no. Most folk would have to deal with any kind of spell slinging long since gone, or gone to the bigger cities, or gone in service of the king.
Mm-hmm.
Every once in a while you might see a hedge coming through here now and then, but for the most part, none of any import.
What about strong-armed fellows like yourselves that like to draw the blood of monsters and mutants?
Oh, aye, all the time. And as I said, they like to go right to the mountain, and I've never seen them come back. So I take that for what it's worth.
Where do those types hang out? Maybe a few would want to join us.
Well, maybe. Usually they would be here where you're at. This is probably the most popular of the places in town. There's a couple other eateries, but I haven't seen. It's been a few months now since any have come through. Usually they come through a few times a year. You get a group here, a group there, saying they're on a expedition to find about what lay within the insides of the mountain. Doing the research, they say. We know what they're looking for. They're looking for Caraptus's treasure.
Well, you don't seem to be afraid to say his name.
I don't believe in ghosties. It's okay. These folk around here, they've been here for hundreds of years. Maybe they know more than a stupid old dwarf like me, but I don't put no stock in those.
I understand. Yes, there are things that we may not understand that we would put a label like ghost on. But just another thing to be
right
overcome.
Exactly.
If it exists.
There you go.
Well, thank you very much, Sir Dwarf.
Right?
I'm going to look around and see if it looks like there's anybody that might be proficient with a bow. Maybe there's an archer or two that wouldn't mind coming along with the party.
Doesn't look like most of the folks in here that you see look to be farmer types, merchants, having their evening meal. Doesn't look like. I would have to say there might be a couple that look like they might be like city guards of some kind, off-duty type guys, wearing like padded leather armor, have some spears sort of sitting next to them, short swords at their sides and whatnot, bearing an emblem of the an emblem of the Shieldlands, which is sort of like the heraldry of the Shieldland upon it. And so, but yeah, other than that, doesn't look like any are around here. But that's not to say that there aren't any in town, but just not any here in the tavern that you can see.
Roger. Well, DM, I'm gonna take out an acorn.
Okay.
And go up to the bar. Okay. And I'm gonna say, hey, hold on, Dwarf. I got to go talk to the bartender. I'll be right back.
All right.
I'm gonna go up to the bar and I'm gonna lay my acorn on it.
Okay.
And I'm going to tell the bartender, there's more where this comes from. if there's any adventurous types in here that seek glory, fame, and riches, they can meet us over at whatever the two-headed Etten. They can reach us over at the Etten in the morning for breakfast, and we'll talk to them.
Yeah, the Etton's journey.
Which
The
ended
Etton's
there.
There you go. And I will, just in case there might be a couple of people in town that are interested in going and, being
Right.
archers for us.
Yeah, as he sort of looks down at it, looks at you.
I'll give him a wink and then I'll walk off.
Looks down. And you see him sort of take the acorn Reese, you see him, Ronnie lays this acorn on the bar, says something to the bartender. Bartender takes the acorn, kind of looks as Ronnie's walking away, gives sort of a half shrug and stuffs it in a pouch in front of his apron. His apron's got a pouch on it. Sort of stuffs it in there and goes back to wiping the bar and cleaning and filling mugs.
Did we see an elf in here?
One elf, yes, you did see an elf.
I'm going to ask the dwarf if he knows of yonder elf.
I've seen him before.
He too is a resident of this town?
Yeah, I pretty much everybody you see in here, there's probably regulars. Most folks get off their day jobs and whatnot and come here for a little relaxation, a little bit of ale. Tobias over there, as he points to the barkeep. Tobias he's a fair man, serves good ale, good food, good, always has the good entertainment from the local troupe of kids. So
yes, very, very nice place. Very nice place.
Yep.
Well, Ronnie, have we had enough excitement for tonight? Do we want to go turn in before our adventure tomorrow?
Yeah, I think so. And we got to let the guys know that we may have a few potential, conscripts that want to come hang out with us.
Okay, if you say so.
If nothing else, meat shields.
All right. Well, let's head on back to the dull place and turn in.
All right. As you guys head back to the Etton's journey, grab yourselves a good night's sleep. Let's advance ourselves a few hours. Roughly 6:30 in the morning, give or take, when you guys awaken, refreshed from your long journey through the mystical aethosphere to land here in Yellowreach. You awake to the beating of lamb outside as a herdsman is apparently herding the lamb through the town to a market. You can hear the creaking of oxen and the creaking of the wheels and the snorting of oxen as they pull heavy loads through the town, heading in various directions to the various markets from which to sell their goods. The smell of breakfast being cooked is strong in your noses as you awaken and move into the common room of the Etton's journey. And there you can see your hostess is hard at work getting food delivered to folks that are already there. She gives you sort of a half wave and a smile and a good morning as she darts back into the kitchen to tend business there, but you easily find yourselves a table. Shortly thereafter, your meals are served. Promises to be another decent day. It's still cool outside, probably upper 50s, low 60s. Clouds slowly moving their way across, but the ever-present plume of steam rising out of White Plume Mountain drifting along with the breeze. Breakfast is good. Eggs, pork, bread with jellies and jams to go with it. A little bit of cheeses if you want to go with that. All to wash it down with fresh river water. Yum, yum. So. Hey, Iger has resubscribed. Took you long enough. Iger's back.
I'm always a subscribe. Just never hit the damn send button.
Yep, it's all good, dude. I'm just jogging on you.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, welcome, Iger. Woo.
Thanks, Lando.
All right, give him a shout out. See, that's what I'm talking about.
Look at that furry mug.
We
Look at that furry.
That's it, man. We show our love to our players here. So, but as I said, is a relatively clear, cool, fresh fall morning. As you guys arise, ready to head now on the third day of Rich Fest, common year 587. Unfortunately, it looks like Ronnie's Acorn was not able to buy any henchmen. As you guys eat your breakfast, no one appears to take you up on your offer. That's not to say they won't meet you on the road, Ronnie, but apparently they were too bashful or too greedy to accept that acorn. So maybe next time try 2 acorns and maybe that'll work.
Oh, I figure it'll draw a few fish to the line.
You're probably not wrong. So, as you guys finish your breakfast, roughly around 8 o'clock in the morning, what do we want to do? As the mountain ahead beckons. It's probably about 6 or 7 miles, give or take. But it will take you a little bit of time to travel because not only is there swampy land, there is also forested land before you get to the base of the mountain itself.
Oh, maybe we can get some mounts or something here. Maybe.
Well, gents, we heard some somewhat valuable information the other night. You want to relate that, Ronnie? You think you have a better memory than I do.
Oh, well, we were talking to a dwarf and he gave us a little bit of inside dope saying that the lower caverns are just like heat vents. You want to go up top and there's caves up there to access. That sound about right, Reese?
I think it was the gnome, Copperplate.
It was the
told
gnome.
us about that.
You know, these things get foggy.
Yeah, the dwarf wasn't much help. He didn't. I mean, he was a practical sort, but he didn't really impart any additional knowledge. The gnome was most helpful.
See, the thing with dwarves is you got to give them ale, and then their tongue
did.
will
We
loosen up.
did.
No, you copious amounts of ale.
Yep. All right. So.
Oh, there's some sort of entrance up near the top, which may allow us to get more quickly in. The other entrances might be lava tubes, and who knows if they're gonna go anywhere.
Is there any lava that can be seen coming down the mountain, or is it just
Not
steam?
that you guys can see from here. It looks mostly just steam.
Okay. How steep do you think it is? Will we need climbing gear just to get up?
Maybe. It's definitely something that needs to be kind of looked at.
All right.
Because it's relatively straight up.
I know we got a bunch of rope, right?
Yeah,
Do we have the other mountaineering kind of stuff?
We got some pitons and some spikes and extra rope on top of the other rope. So.
And anybody, do we have anyone that has Mountaineering?
We don't run that in first edition, I don't. Right?
Oh,
Now,
sorry.
you have an expert thief who
Yeah.
can climb.
Ah, there we go.
Can climb just about anything.
Correct.
So he can kind of lead the way and set things up so that the rest of us oafs can make it without falling.
Right. Well, didn't we hear that other parties have gone up the mountain too? So.
And they
Yeah.
never come back. That's the typical.
No, might be able to follow the track.
Did they mention any caves or secret entrances or anything?
No, nothing secret, just other lava tubes, which may or may not go where we want to go.
Do any of them have like a name or description or anything?
Not that we found, no. Although I think the one up near the summit had a name.
Yeah, the Wizard's Mouth.
Wizard's Mouth, that's it.
By the way, this is kind of the region. Not that it's
cool.
not that exactly. It's not exactly this. Like you guys don't see all that or know about all this, but this is kind of the region of the mountain. So you guys are down here
from the north to the south.
You're actually from the south going up north. So down here to the bottom left, you can see it says to town. Right.
Oh, okay. There it is.
Moving up.
Yeah.
So there's a bigger, greater swamp to the north.
Yeah, the Great Swamp is actually on the north side on the north side of it. You guys are coming up from the south.
Oh,
so it's still it's as you can see, for the most part, the plume tends to move north, which is why it's always wet over there. So, but it's all around the side, and you can see right in the middle. There's this swirling mist right in the middle. That's actually where they say that the Wizard's Mouth is.
Oh, okay. So it's not all the way at the top.
No, but there's steam coming out of it, so it's a little over halfway up, let's say.
All right, we'll just have to put our climbing claws on. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
All right.
So.
Well, we're just gonna walk, right? We're not gonna try to get horses or anything.
It's like 5 miles, 6 miles, give or take.
Yeah, we don't need no stinking horses.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
I like the looks of that castle too.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
So
apparently we don't know about that.
Yeah, what you looking at?
We'll get a good breakfast, do some stretches, and then start walking.
All right. Make sure that everybody has moleskin.
Oh yeah.
For those that don't know.
Very important.
All right. So as you guys leave, bidding everybody goodbye, heading your way north, you begin to take stock of White Plume Mountain itself. The mountain stands alone in a vast area of dismal moors and tangled thickets. It looks to be almost a perfect cone of lava, some 1,000 yards in diameter at the base, rising over 800 feet toward the sky. The white plume that gives it its name issues from the very summit of the mountain, another 300 feet into the air, trailing off to the north and east under the prevailing winds like a great white feather. It takes you probably 3 hours, maybe 4, to find yourselves at a river that sort of breaks across your path. And so here you can see where the road sort of turns and begins to follow. There's actually a small ford that allows you to move your way across the river and into the shadow of the mountain itself. And on the other side, you can see the thick brambles and it's essentially a forest, but all the underbrush is thick brambles and shrubs and whatnot. And as you move into that region, you would be completely covered by canopies thick sort of overbrush, if you will. So it's literally twisted and turned. The whole place has an unsettling feel to it. Ronnie, you can see that even though these thickets are grown and they're all natural, they all twist and grow sideways and tangle amongst one another, and the ground is relatively bare except for those hardy shrubs and grasses that can grow in complete shadow and lack of nutrients and whatnot. So while this place doesn't give you a serious evil feel to it, it is very unhealthy, probably due to the gases being given off by the volcano or the nutrients that are no longer provided in the dirt surrounding the base of the mountain.
Summer home area, huh? Okay.
Yeah. Yep. But as you have approached this close, you can see that there are ways to kind of go up the mountain. While it is rather steep and it looks like you may have to do some climbing in spots, it looks like it's relatively traversable to go up the mountain if that's what you want to do. Otherwise, you can you would have to work your way through the bramble bush and whatnot around the base of the mountain if you wanted to do that. So there's different paths, or you could stay on the river and try to move around to the other side of the play. However you want to do it, you just tell me how you want to approach the mountain.
Well, we have that folding boat if we want to try the river, but otherwise, I thought we were going to head to that southern or the
yes,
steam port.
Yep. And in fact, and thank you for reminding me, as you look at the southern face up, you can see periodically this little of steam comes rushing out about a little over halfway up the mountain. So probably about maybe 400 to 500 feet up the slope. You can see this come bursting out of some fissures out there. You can't see any kind of a cave opening from this vantage point, but if that is the wizard's mouth, that's probably where it's at because of the fact that you can see where the steam is coming out of it.
Okay. I think that's probably our best egress.
I agree.
You mean ingress?
And yeah.
Maybe that is how you get out too. Who knows?
I hope
All
so.
right.
'Cause
All right.
I don't know the other way out.
I would like. Sorry, go ahead, Varys.
Remember, we gotta get all 3 weapons.
Okay, but we gotta.
Well, we gotta get
in.
yeah. I'm just saying, if we have to plan stuff, probably. Well, you want me to go look first?
It sounds like they're all in that one space.
Or we all just going together?
Well, it's like I said. I just want to know how you guys want to approach, because you can see the wizard's mouth from here if you wanted to go up there.
Let's find.
Varys is asking. Sorry, Varys was asking if you guys wanted him to scout up first, or do you guys just all want to go together? You guys just tell me.
Well, he knows the best paths to take, the easiest to traverse. So, but I mean, we could just follow his lead. We don't have to all wait.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, we have no idea if there's a dragon around the corner. So,
Ooh, God, see, you always bring up the best ideas, and I wish I would have thought of it myself.
Oh, don't give the GM ideas.
I can't give nothing away. I've played and ran this.
Yes, I know you have. And you know what? And I fully expect you to play as a player and not as a person that played it. So that's totally fine. All right, so you guys begin moving your way up. Moving your way through the brambles is easy with Ronnie's help, as the druid easily picks his way through the brambly thicket, showing you guys the easiest ways. Getting snagged in the occasional tug on you, but nothing out of the ordinary, where finally you come through the thicket to the more rocky areas and allowing Varys to kind of do his thing. It's a relatively steep climb, but it's not undoable even for Burly Bear. As you guys begin winding your way, climbing up the side of this face, following a narrow sort of switchback trail that works its way up slowly. Probably about 200 feet up or so, you reach to a point where Varys, unfortunately, it's a little too steep just to go, and you're going to have to climb to provide anchor points to secure some way for everybody else to come up, or everybody else can try to climb. So I'm gonna need a climb walls check from you.
Let's
Um,
tie you up on
Yeah, tie the rope. Yep.
Okay.
To me.
and give him a grapple hook to hold on to too.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I have one. Yep.
All right.
Let me pull up my sheet here.
I know I've got a grapple hook. I know there's one in the bag of holding.
I got one too on my sheet. One thing. Scroll down. Climb. There we go.
Ronnie, you would know these things. Is it common for a source of water to be this far up on a volcano?
Well, there could be source of water underground for sure.
I mean, there's river. Did you see the map on the image?
Yeah, it's like
there's river and stuff feeding into it.
yeah, it's like okay. So anyway,
main mineral.
Yeah. Sorry. So, yep, I saw that. So, easily climbing up about 20 feet or so, you find a place where you can anchor the rope. And you guys all manage to climb your way up. And then hefting and pulling a whining and grumbling burly bear as he claws his way along the rocks, clawing his way, rocks flying, pushing himself away, causing you guys to strain even harder. But eventually, you get the little as you continue your way up, Varys. The rest of the way is actually relatively as easy as the first half. It was just that one little section that required you to climb up. But eventually, you guys are able to approach what you believe to be is the wizard's mouth. And as you approach, you can hear it. You can understand now why it's actually caused the wizard's mouth, because it actually sounds, the closer you get, as if the mountain is breathing. It's like you hear this intake of air and then like an exhale of a hard breath, followed shortly thereafter of a whoosh of steam that just billows up into the sky and just sort of eventually condenses and begins to give tiny little wet, spitty raindrops down this side of the mountain. But as you approach, and Varys, you get probably about 20 feet away, you can see there is in fact some sort of a cracked fissure opening that with a dark open area behind it and almost like a ledge out the front of it. So it looks like some kind of a cave opening. But it actually, it's like a big crack in the fissure, or a crack in the side of the mountain, but inside the fissure, like you'd have to turn sideways to get in. But once you're inside, it looks like it opens and widens on the inside.
Point that out to my companions.
Okay.
And make sure my ring of fire resistance is on.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
And secure my gear and take a peek inside.
Well, hold on. So is there a bunch of openings, DM, or just this one?
Just the one. There's cracks and fissures all over the mountain as you guys have been working your way up, but most of them are just that, little breaks in the rock and whatnot. But this one actually, where the break is, there's actually some kind of a cave on the inside of where the break is.
Well, this is a perfect chance to use one of these potions of clairvoyance that would allow us to get a little bit of vision inside there before you go in there.
I mean, if you want, that's fine. I
Okay.
can turn invisible
how fast is the steam coming out?
As you're watching, probably every cycle is about a 30-second cycle.
So we're going to have to get in and get past wherever the steam's coming in 30 seconds. Uh-huh.
Well,
Okay.
does the steam look like it's dangerous?
So
Does it feel dangerous?
as you watch it, it doesn't. I mean, it's hot. It's very hot when it comes out.
Yeah.
But it actually, from what you can see, it doesn't come out the entire cave fissure. It actually comes out through the top of it. So, so if you were like crawling on your hands and knees or on your belly, it might go over the top of you, as opposed to walking face first into it.
Oh.
And even walking, if somebody's short, it would probably still go over and warm the top of their head. But that being said, it still is a rush of hot water coming out. But just like anything, for those that know engineering, as soon as it hits the wide space, it's going to flash outwards, and it's going to immediately start to cool down and condense. So how hot it is where the starting point is might be vastly different from where it's expanding out and it's losing its energy.
Yeah.
Right. So, but that being said,
this is not. It doesn't look magical. It looks natural.
that is correct. Yeah, looks like
Well,
a
the
natural
ring
thing.
will probably give me immunity to it then. If it
Probably, yes.
Yeah.
You're the magic
Oh,
on
no
your ring.
wonder.
So, yeah, it might, but you know, it might hurt getting hit with 150 mile an hour steam to the face. But
Oh,
who knows?
yeah, yeah,
Who knows?
yeah.
I mean,
But if
we
we
can
s-
find out.
If we stay low,
stay
then we
low.
can avoid it altogether, right?
Yeah, if you stay low, it looks like you could probably work under. However, it's hard to do at first because when you first try to get in, you got to turn sideways and squeeze through the crack. Once
we're
you
gonna
get
do
in-
that.
time it. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do that during the 30-second interval.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So, who's going first, Varys?
Yeah, I'll go
All right.
first.
All right.
Sorry,
So as soon as the cycle ends and the steam's gone, you immediately turn sideways and grabbing you have to take your back off your pack off, and
Yeah.
sort of pull it behind you or next to you because you can't obviously have it on your back. But anyway, you sort of turn sideways and you quickly move in. And I'll give the description once so everybody has it, but this will be the same for everybody. You move in. Inside, beyond the fissure, the cave opening or the cave itself is roughly 8 feet in diameter, probably 40 feet long, right? So it's pretty low, right? So it's only like 8 feet high, but it's like 40 feet deep. The ceiling and walls of the caves are slick with condensed steam which runs down on them. The floor, as you step in and at first slide a little bit, you find that it's covered in several inches of a fine, muddy muck. Probably more slime and gunk as the ages have gone and has sort of run down and made the floor wet and seeped in and made it thick with this gunk. Air flows into the cave with a speed that causes any torches and whatnot to flicker, accompanied by a loud whistle. The rush of air slows down, and then there's an ominous silence for like a heartbeat or two. Then, almost without warning, a blast of steam blows against the cave ceiling and out of the mouth. That too abates, and the cycle is repeated. So as you sort of duck down, the ceiling is about 8 feet high. The steam comes bursting out to a depth of about 6 or maybe even closer to 5 feet. But it's hot, but it's not scalding. And it just sort of whooshes past you, and the air does more to splatter the wetness and the drops of water that accompany the steam to sort of smack around and kind of pelt you in the face, just as if you were riding a motorcycle in the rain, like getting pelted. But it doesn't do any harm. But you don't see any other exits as you're looking at. Okay.
So I'm gonna take out the collapsible 10-foot pole.
Okay.
And help everybody else get in and then poke around.
Okay.
Stay low so we don't get hit with that.
Yeah.
steam.
Yep.
Right. Let's see. So you poke around, and it takes you probably 5 minutes or so before you find that. By the way, I'm going to move our clock ahead, so it's probably about 3, 4 in the afternoon by the time you guys get up there. you poke around and you push around, and suddenly you've hit something solid. And pushing away the muck in the muck, you find there is an iron ring set into the floor at the back of the cave at the muck.
Ah, secret, a hidden door.
Or possibly trapped.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna check. Oh, so hold this pole.
Okay.
And I'll check for traps.
Chicken shit. Okay. Give me our check.
Yeah. Here we go.
Nicely done. Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's any traps on it. And as you're ducking down there, moving it away, 3 more times, whoosh, as the steam goes rushing overhead, dropping big droplets of water on you, running down the back of your armor, down your neck, on the inside of your armor. And it's warm, but it doesn't burn or doesn't scald. You find that you clear away a space that's about 5 feet square. There is, in fact, a trap door with a pull ring on it set in the floor of the back of the cave.
Doesn't look like it's locked.
Does not look like it's locked, but it looks like it's made of wood and iron bands, and it is completely swollen.
Well, hand me my pole back. You and your mighty strength are gonna have to open this.
Okay, I'll give that a try. Which way does it open? And so I can stand on the back side of it.
So it pulls upward, so it would flip up, so it flips toward the cave opening, right?
Okay.
So you would have to stand over it and then pull up and hope that you don't stand up into a face of steam as it comes blasting out.
Well, yeah, try to time it that way.
Yep.
All right, so what do you need me to do here? Roll a strength check or something?
Yeah, give me a Ben Bars lift gates, please.
Okay, it doesn't have that on my character sheet.
Actually, if you go, if you do a...
No, it has it for my normal strength, but it doesn't account for my belt.
I could have swore that it... What is the Ben Bars score for with the belt? Because I thought it added it to you. Because remember what I said? It doesn't show it on the sheet, but it takes it into account. If you click Ben Bars, right?
Yeah, it says 60% on my home character sheet, so it only says 4% on my Foundry character.
Yeah, I'm wondering why it's not letting me click on it to roll. But like I said, I know it says 4, but like I said, this is what your score is, but the game system should automatically take into account the belt as long as you have it equipped.
Yeah.
Right? So where...
It is equipped.
Okay.
So yeah,
if we can...
here.
Yeah, so I don't know why it wouldn't let me roll. It lets me roll a strength check, but when I click on Ben Bars, it doesn't let me click on Ben Bars or anything.
Yeah, me neither. I can't.
All right, so just go ahead and roll a percentage dice.
Okay.
Roll a percentage dice.
Yep. Back there. Here. That's it.
All right. You pull and you feel like it's starting to come out, but then your hands slip off because it's so slick and mucky. You yourself, you realize, are not enough to get this thing open.
Okay, we're gonna need at least one more person, maybe 2.
Okay.
Who else is strongest? I think the Paladin's pretty strong, right? You're
Yep.
18 something.
Yeah, I'm.
That kill has an 1853.
Yeah.
So let's both me and him both try then.
Okay.
My strength's 14 if you need my help.
Okay. All right. So Zadkiel, taking his time, waiting to make sure that the blast of steam doesn't scald him, works his way in, and together the two of you pull on this thing,
at first nothing happens, and then you hear this cracking sound as it gives way, and a moment later, clang. This wide, 5 foot wide, this 5 foot square, I should say, trap door in the floor opens and slams onto the muddy muck of the floor behind you, sending a splatter and a wash of mud and muck. Just as you guys hear the rumble coming and the steam jet blasts out, you duck down quickly, feeling it breeze across the top of your head. And when all was clear, you guys look down and you can see that the blast that went overhead has now left water dripping and running down a rusty iron spiral staircase leading down into the depths.
Down into the depths.
Well,
all right, let's go. Head him up, boom out.
Take my 10-foot pole and sling my pack on and head on down.
All right. As everybody grabs their gear, timing their way into the cave to make sure that they aren't scalded, you follow Varys's lead as the spiral staircase leads down and down and down and
then you're falling. And then you're falling some more.
Yep.
And then you're falling even more.
Catch me, I'm falling.
Deglin, being the closest to a dwarf that we have, at least someone that knows the stone and the earth and whatnot, mines, you've descended probably 100 feet or so before reaching the bottom. At the bottom of the staircase, the floor is covered with water. Floating upon it are patches of green and white pond scum. Some of the scum looks to have gained purchase on the rock walls and ceiling. It clings there, moist, ugly, staining the smoothly carved volcanic rock. Just opposite the foot of the stairs is a door that stands partially cracked open, and you can see some sort of a tunnel leading off into darkness.
All right, so no light, so we're going to need to pull out our lanterns.
Damn, there's portions of this map that are visible.
Is there? Let me find and see.
Yeah, well, there's a big crab and some other thing to the right. I'm not sure what it is.
All right, so I don't know why it is showing.
I don't see anything. I don't see anything.
You know what? I'm wondering.
He's Baron's token.
Hang on. Why is Ronnie seeing all of that?
I see it too.
Maybe it was taking that clairvoyance
No.
to the extreme.
No, I got to figure out. Well, we were going to end it here anyway, so I'll fix the map to figure out why it's going on like that. But yeah, I don't know why. The only thing I could think of is something on your.
Might be my information.
Oh, you know what? Let me look and see.
Well, like the whole.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It could be because of the vision, but I'm looking at my walls because all the walls.
Maybe your walls are messed up.
No, all the walls are. I'm looking at them. All the walls are there. That's why I'm.
Nice.
So
all I can see is my token. It's a handsome looking token.
Yeah. The only
that's all I see.
Yeah, the only thing I can think of is that if I was using Ronnie or Varys's token for testing some stuff, and I had them someplace, but it doesn't look. Let me try this. Let me see if it goes away here real quick. You guys still can see it?
Still can see it.
I got a fog of war thing alert.
Yeah, same here.
This is bizarre. What the heck?
Yeah, it's only those. I only see the 2 areas, but yeah.
Yeah, that's bizarre.
Ta-da! Shizer Cinema!
Yeah, right? Exactly. But that's all right. That's all right. I'm going to pause it, and I'm going to figure out why that happened. The only reason I can think of is that I had Ronnie and Varys's token, because I do use y'all's tokens when I'm testing, because what I'll do is I'll set everything up, and then I'll log in as you, and then I'll look and see what I see and why is that.
Yeah,
but for some, I never
I don't know. I was like, nobody else can see it.
Maybe somebody stuck in a wall or something.
Yeah, maybe that was it. But anyway, doesn't matter. We're gonna end tonight's game right there, as our party ends up at the bottom of the stairs in White Plume Mountain. Took us a while to get there, but at least we were able to get there. I'm gonna give some RP XP. Won't be a whole
Each
bunch.
get 5 experience points.
Oh, yeah.
And then
I'll give some
deadly.
XP.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
that's kind of weird that it's really. I don't know what. So what areas do you see? I just want to make sure.
I see. I know. Well.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's fine.
I see
I'm looking at a token, and man, I'm good looking.
I see the cram area,
Mm-hmm.
and then I see the chains.
Oh,
with
see,
the prisoners.
I'm wondering. You know something that's interesting. Those are
2 different areas.
Yeah. Well, the thing is there's a couple things like I put the light in there.
I wonder if
there's other lights. But I wonder if it's because I made it spread out so much. But why would you guys see it and nobody else? Is it maybe because of your infravision? You guys
Maybe.
I can see it.
You can see it, Reese?
I can't see nothing.
I can see the orange area to the right and the blue area to the north.
Yep. So what that, for some reason, that has to be, well, that's weird because Reese, you don't have, you only have basic vision.
Right.
So that rules out infrared. That is really bizarre. So I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Not a big deal. We'll get it sorted, and then I'll make sure that I get it corrected ASAP. But anyway.
Yep.
So you guys can look all you want. Doesn't matter. You'll die before you get there, so it's no biggie.
Figured as much.
No.
But anyway.
Good game.
Yeah, it was. Yep, I do appreciate you guys hanging around. For those of you that joined us,
you certainly can't say that in 5th edition.
For those of you that hung around for the entirety, we definitely appreciate it. Like I said, I got to figure out. It's like, because when I'm looking at it as for the stream, it was all black. It was all black, and it showed little dots where the tokens for the players were. So I don't know why wasn't able to see you guys, but I do appreciate everybody that hung out with us tonight. I know there wasn't, again, a whole lot going on even last session, but at least this session we got some travel on. Our party managed to climb up and enter into White Plume Mountain, and now that they've forayed their way in, let us hope that they are able to complete their mission of retrieving the 3 artifacts. We do stream this coming Friday as our 5th edition game. For those that are actually, no, this week is not. We're not streaming this Friday. I apologize. I am playing on Friday, but it's my Thursday night game got moved to Friday. But like I said, for those that follow the stream, if you are interested, I am, looks like we are having, my home game is going to be moving online. So we might be having another stream on Thursday nights. I know it goes up against Lord Kazumba, but that's fine. Doesn't really matter. Maybe sometimes he'll get done early and he can raid me on a Thursday night. That'd be cool. Haven't had a J raid in quite a while, but I'm never streaming like whenever he is. So, but yeah, so we're doing that, and then of course we'll be back here next Monday, which I want to make sure what's the date, because the 22nd. Yeah, one of these coming Mondays I may not be playing. I can't remember if it's the 29th or a little after. I don't remember, but maybe not. It all depends on what the wife wants to do. So she has time off sometimes, and she likes to do long weekend stuff. So maybe we'll go do that. But in the meantime, hopefully you guys can catch us. We do have, just so you guys know, James reached out to me. He's looking to join a game. I don't know if he's thinking we'll be a fit, because he says he doesn't really want to necessarily join in a group that has been going for a while. And we have been going for a while, but to that end, we have a rotation of players that have come in too, right? We've got a couple that have been here like from just about the beginning. I think Monkey has been with us the longest.
Yep.
Deglin, I can't remember. You came in when?
Oh, over 2.5 years, 2 years ago.
Yeah,
something like
but do you remember what adventure was your first adventure with the group? I think didn't you come in with the
With Salt
slave
Marsh.
lords? No, we didn't do Salt Marsh.
Yeah, we did.
No, we didn't. Not here. We didn't. Never did Salt Marsh. Nope.
I really don't remember.
Yeah, we'll have to go back and see.
Was
But
that
I
the
know-
one with the alligator with that came to town and killed everybody? Was there a fight?
No. So that was the very first adventure we did was the Free City of Greyhawk. And for those that don't know this story, it's a great one too. So the party's very first job was to go. There was a albino alligator that apparently snatched up this little boy that was fishing on the Celantan River. And so the party had to go south and the family lived on the edges of the swamp, the Misty Marsh.
That's the one I was talking about.
Yeah, the Mist Marsh. And so the family
Mist Marsh, there you go.
Yeah, they were really upset about the son dying. The city hired the Adventurers Guild to send some bodies down there. So the party's very first adventure was to go down there and track down this albino alligator and kill it. So they managed to track things down. They ended up, they had a couple incidents that they fought some water spiders and some other things.
I'm about to
They
cry.
fought some lizard men, and then they found the albino alligator, which wasn't just it was actually a crocodile, but its albino thing was 30 feet long and some 10 feet high. And
I saw the movie.
Yep. So the party managed to take it down, and they chopped its head off. Managed to drag its head all the way back to the Free City. But by the time they got there, the giant albino alligator attacked the city. So they're like, what the hell? So the whole reason they had originally gone down there, in addition to that, was they found out that this guy had done a mission for the guild and had stole some kind of a magic clock. So think about the giant alligator taking the guy's hand and leg, right? Stories sound familiar? So they had this magical clock, and so they found this item inside the gator and they took it back. Well, the gator was actually a regeneration. It was able to regenerate because the lizard men were doing experiments using troll blood along with lizard man blood to try to make super warriors so they could defeat, humankind from encroaching on them. And so they were testing it on this crocodile, which got out of hand, and it killed the tribe, and it just kept growing and growing and growing. So this thing's 30 feet long. So long story short, the party killed it, but then the City Watch had to kill it again. So all the money that the party made to go on this adventure or to do this job went back to the city in the form of fines. So yeah, it was fun. So that's like one of my favorite adventures.
Ukla died.
Yep. Well, he didn't die there. Ukla died when you guys went to, they traveled west and they ended up going to Hamlet. And in Hamlet, Ukla died. Ukla was Monkey's first character. He was a barbarian half-orc. And he died at the hands of a couple of ghouls. And so, yep. Lost him there. But anyway, Monkey's been with us from the beginning. He's like the only one. Everybody else is, folks
Got no respect. No respect.
Yeah, has been, but we have players drop, totally expected, right? It's an online thing. A lot of folks play just for a little while and they either get bored or it's not their thing or whatever the case may be. Totally fine. But we're still having fun with it. Here we come 3 years later. So anyway, we will be back next Monday. Again, as I said, we are not streaming this Friday, but I encourage you guys to go check out all the other great Greyhawk content that is out there. I don't even know who we can raid because Darling isn't. Hey, man. Darling. All right, dude. We'll see you next time. Darling is not streaming, and there we go. It's trying to raid somebody. There we go. Who we got?
Fabled 42.
Yep.
How we roll.
I'm looking to see if lollygaggers are okay. Perception. I don't know. DDO stream? Don't even know that one. Cave Geek. Who do you think? Who do you want? You pick. You tell me. Got casters and whomever. Trying to look, these icons are okay, but I was like, oh, these guys got 40. Let's go to folk and God, I can't see the last name. I'm gonna have to go look them up. So give me just.
We want Chili Willy.
Yeah, yeah. Darling says that she hasn't had time off in a while, so she's gonna have to go and do her own. So let's see. Folk and Myth, Castles and Casters, Perception Studio, Lollygaggers, How We Roll, DDO Stream. I don't even know what they got going on. Oh, yep, she's actually doing she's playing like literally the D&D game online. So, yep. So, what is Fabled 42 doing? All right, so we're going to go ahead and go over to Fabled 42. It's been a while since we saw those guys, so plus they're the least amount of folks on our stream or on the thingy. Where is my? Did it work? Oh yeah. Hey, and it looks like we got everybody going. So I appreciate that. So like I said, if you haven't, I know this is like all disjointed at the end. I was just trying to find who to check out since our normals aren't there. But Fable 42 is good. Not sure exactly what they got going on, but it looks like a D&D stream. So we're gonna show them some love. I appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Again, next week is going to be the shizzle because that's where the party actually starts getting involved with stuff. So hopefully you'll join us for that. But in the meantime, just remember, in a world you can be anything you want. All we ask is that you be kind. We will see you next Monday.
Aloha.
Later.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Did you raid?
It shows raid. Said I did.
Raid?
Yeah.
Did it not raid?
Yeah, it rated. You just
did it.
So in all seriousness, where's my Holy Avenger? Maybe just work it.
Okay. That won't work. I'm gonna try just waving my arms, like trying to like move in that direction. Like that.
Are you gonna leap out? Oh my god.
You know, I picture myself just kind of like swimming in place, not moving.